there. Is it going to work? Does it remember the stream? I did remember the stream key.
Is there a chat box first?
Chat box over here.
Okay, cool.
Live chat. Pop out. And with that, it looks like we're live. I hope. As far as I can tell. Hello!
Okay.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, good afternoon, officially.
Well, good afternoon officially, right.
It's been a minute.
It's been 1 minute afternoon, at least for us here on the West Coast. We finally got around to having our afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Odin. Welcome to the Odin Makes live stream, and I'm here today with my friend...
Felicia.
Felicia. Oh, good. I didn't forget her name. Felicia. And we're just continuing our weekly build of putting together Witcher armor. We're doing the vanilla Witcher armor, the basic one you get in the start of the game. We may be mixing with the colors a little bit, but that's the inspiration. And it all came from the foam armory foam chainmail that we originally got from Ben Eady, where we wanted to make something using the chainmail. And so we put that together, actually having some chainmail pieces made that are, this is all just EVA foam, the chainmail. This is the same stuff you've seen on Tested with Adam Savage. I've seen this used with William Shakespeare and Shakespeare Props. I think even Punish Props has done something with this chainmail. So this is what we're doing with it, is putting together some Witcher armor.
Yes. I know. I'm excited. I like this stuff.
Yeah, this stuff is very cool.
It's been fun to play with.
Now, most weeks we've had Toby and Bruno with us. However, this past week, Toby and Bruno got to go camping in the snow. They had a cabin, so they weren't just stuck in a tent in the snow, so I don't want to make it sound like it's horrible. They had a very comfortable place to be. They got to hang around fire pits, got to hang around hot tubs. I'm jealous of what Toby and Bruno did this last week. Felicia got to go too. But the dogs are tuckered out, so they're getting the day off. They're not here with us today. They're at home sleeping.
Yeah, they still kind of wanted to come, but Toby... he needed a day off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no doggos today, but you got the two of us. We got all of you. I appreciate everyone who's here. I haven't looked at the chat box yet, but I can see it's active. So thank you guys very much. Hopefully it isn't a bunch of screaming that we can't hear you.
There's lots of highs.
There's lots of highs. Hello. And
Hi.
actually,
Hola.
I see
¿Cómo estás?
Dahi is already giving us a donation of $5. Hopefully I said Dahi correctly. And I'm glad you like my Lego Space Logo shirt. Yes, I am a massive classic space fan, so I wanted this. I have a custom vinyl sticker that's been on the back of my truck since I bought it. And yeah, that's
I feel like now you need the helmet.
Need the helmet, yep.
Need the helmet.
Not against it. I haven't, I've thought about it.
On the list of many props.
On the list of many props. The one thing I haven't done yet, realistically, I mean, I kind of have. I said, I haven't done yet. Well, yeah, I made one Lego piece. Two. I haven't made life-size Lego pieces.
I've been wanting to make the Lego heads.
Right?
The ones so long. I've been fascinated with just anyways, but yeah.
Yeah. When I would love the Lego space helmet, the backpack. I don't want to try and make a Lego body because that's just weird.
It's just so awkward to walk in.
Right. That's one thing I'm okay to not do. But if I had the helmet, I had the backpack. If I had the classic torch gun, right? It was always just called a torch in the pieces. But it's got kind of the gun with just like a one stud receptacle in the front. It's like a 1978, 1979 piece that's still around. That's the one that I want to do.
The pew pew?
The pew pew, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Big pew pew.
On the list of projects.
On the list of projects. But I have done something Lego. I did the Lego Batman build. So I have replicated one Lego part in full size. That's the Batman shoulder pads. I did that one fairly accurately. And then I did a faithful rendition of the Batman helmet. It wasn't as accurate, but
yeah,
it
but
works.
your head isn't a yellow...
No, my head isn't...
cylinder.
Yeah, isn't a stud and a half wide. No.
No. Actually needs to fit people. Okay. So
Okay.
we get to stud things today and get to poke holes, and I forgot to bring it all.
Of course you got to bring it all. This is almost a running joke.
Oh, I even had one.
You even had one set aside. All right.
Yeah, at least I have one.
Yes. Yes, it's more than I do.
Yeah.
So apparently I need to get an all. I would just run out to Tandy and get one if Tandy was open. Right.
How long do you want to wait to get it versus ordering it versus...
I want it all, and I want it now. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I won't be making a whole lot of dad jokes.
All right. Well, I guess we could go, where are we, where we're going.
Where are we going?
Where are we going? Well, we finished the upper arms and the lower upper arms. Well, the shoulders and the upper arms.
Right.
They need to get studded together to be one piece.
Okay.
We also need to Velcro them to the shoulders, so we need a shoulder to Velcro them to.
Okay.
Because I wanted to attach them to the shoulder before I tried attaching these pieces.
That would be smart.
So that I know where to actually
Attach them.
attach them. So I want to get the shoulder made so we can stick the shoulder.
Okay.
This to the shoulder.
Right. You want to get the shoulder of the armor made, so then we can put the shoulder pads on it in the right spot.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I wanted that needs to happen so we can do this.
Okay.
These have just pushed to the side.
Right. Again, no.
Till we get to that point.
Okay,
So
okay.
we're getting there.
We're getting there.
So we built the shoulders and the upper arms,
All right.
and we built the clamshell, but now we have to
Start to put it together.
start to put it together.
Right.
And we haven't started building the girdle yet. So
No.
there's still
There's plenty to go.
head, shoulders, knees, and toes. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
We'll
and
get
then
there.
and then we've already got a volunteer from a good friend Thorcules, who got me watching Thorcules, thank you, about loaning us almost all the other parts. So when we get what we want to get done, what we want to get built done, then the remainder of the cosplay can be loaned to us, and we could probably have a bit of a photo shoot or something with it.
Oh, fun. So
Yeah.
we're building the armor, and we don't have to sew.
And we don't have to, don't have to make pants, don't have to make gloves, don't have to make the undershirt. Thorcules has got a wig. It should work out.
Yeah.
We are going to print the emblems, though. That just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Oh, and darn it, Jade. There's the sculptor friend who
Oh, yeah, you
Yes.
told me about that earlier.
I've got. It's in the UV curing, or it's getting cleaned up, but it successfully printed out. So probably next week we'll actually have a piece of Witcher artwork from a fellow viewer who has worked on season 2 and that sent it in. So that's very cool to have. Thank you very much. And I'm forgetting the Instagram handle. I'm going to use the wrong one. That's why I'm avoiding saying it, which is really not very fair, but I can look it up.
Yes. So what are people saying?
What are people saying? Well, Julian TRGF says, "Hi man, you're My Hero Academia tutorials helped me so much with his cosplay or their cosplay. Awesome, the Miyadora cosplay. Wow." So I was racing to try and make sure that things got set up right, and I'm still on the I gotta go, and I gotta calm down.
You need to take a deep breath. You
Take
got
a
this.
deep breath. Maybe I'm overly caffeinated.
Just a wee bit. All right.
So yeah, lots of hellos, a couple of good nights. Marshall Turnip says, "Here we go, some good." Odin Makes, I enjoy all of your content. Maker JP, sup guys? Hello, Maker JP. It's a name I recognize. And of course, Nicole King is in here, complimenting me on my Lego Spaceman suit. She's got people on her sweater. It's not a Lego Spaceman shirt,
Oh,
but
yeah, I do have peoples.
yeah, it's easier to see in the back, right?
Yeah, I have peoples all
Yeah.
over me. The eyelashes are 3D. Sorry.
Yes, they are. They're extra long fibers, so we'll need to trade. Frank Castle. So let me just take this a step further with a question you're actually asking. Frank Castle, the Punisher, is asking me if I read comics. I used to work at a comic shop. I used to work at a couple of different comic shops. One of my best friends, Joe, used to work at another comic shop. I've done a number of comic book shows. Yeah, I've read a few. I worked at a comic shop from '89 to early '90s. I was there for the death of Superman. I got to make a Superman cape that went over a coffin that we'd rented as a promotional thing at the comic shop. And then the Berkeley shop also was doing the same type of promotion, but they could only get a casket, the actual Halloween, like Wild West type caskets. So I had to sew a specific shape out of a satin material that had ruffled edges that perfectly fit this casket, and I did a really nasty, basic, giant S embroidery on it. I mean, it worked.
Yeah, I was going to say, prepared you for some mosh. Remember
Yeah, a
how
little
many
bit.
caskets we've had to do?
A few, yeah.
How many times we've had to... Well, that was music videos. I was going to say, how many times I had to hunt down a hearse?
Exactly.
But that was not
A hearse?
Smosh.
Right, no.
But yeah.
Yeah, so that was one of the first big casket things I did. And the Superman cape I made, I purposely made it a little oversized so it would fit the coffin really well.
Yeah, because you're
Yeah.
dressing a coffin, not Superman,
Exactly,
yeah.
but it was meant to be his cape. I had a friend that used it as a curtain in his room for years. But if that cape fit a person, the person would have been 7 feet tall, maybe 7.5. It was like everything else I made. It was
Imagine him
overmade.
slightly bigger than normal human beings.
Probably, yeah.
But
I think Christopher Reeve was.
Until he puts on glasses, and then all of a sudden he's normal size.
Right.
Because that's how magic works, right?
That's how glasses work.
Yes.
But yeah, that Death of Superman at the comic shop was interesting. My favorite joke that the manager talked about, and this is a decade before cell phones, but we still had cordless phones. So the phone was ringing off nonstop. Do you have the issue? Do you have Death of Superman? Because it was just way oversold as a comic.
Yeah.
And the manager would say, "I'm going to take the phone. I'm going to put it on vibrate. I'm going to put it down the front of my pants, and I'll be in my office if you need me."
That's not okay.
So, yeah, I've read a few comics. I don't so much anymore. I really enjoy trade paperbacks. And I've enjoyed reading some of the comics on computer, where you're actually just seeing them at a panel at a time. I got so used to being able to visually quickly read ahead. You open up a new spread, and you have your story reveal in the bottom right-hand corner of the right side page. Well, as soon as you turn the page, you can see it.
Oh.
So you're reading it as a PDF on a computer. You're seeing it a panel at a time, and you actually get the story.
You can't read ahead.
You can't read
Because
ahead.
that's how I've read, I read the Avatar Last Airbender comics, the ones
Yeah.
that are between them, and
Okay.
I read it only a panel at a time.
Okay.
On that one. So I was like, wait, how did you... Okay. All right.
And I've read all like the Marvel Zombies, I think, was all those stories I read on the computer. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah. It's
No,
a
it's-
different experience. I
It
don't
is.
know if I love it. I don't hate it, but I
Right.
don't go out of my way to do that.
No, I don't go out of my way to do it either, but
Yeah.
I like that because of that aspect. But I still, just the trade paperback is what I like, because I just get into what I'm reading, and I can just continue to read the story instead of being entertained for 15 minutes, and now I got to wait a month for the next piece.
Right.
So, that Punisher, canned tuna. Where did you get the spaceship shirt?
The internet, right?
Yeah, the interwebs. Teespring, I think. I think it was just Teespring. It wasn't like. Sadly, it's not an official Lego shirt. I kind of wish it was. They very well may make an official one, but I think it was just through Teespring. Hi, why don't you make a Santa Claus cosplay? Rodrigo Sanchez. Well, that would be obvious for me. I was Santa Claus in the 7th grade play, because I was the biggest kid in the class.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I've been Santa Claus a few times.
Okay.
I have several Santa Claus outfits.
CC is letting us know that Christopher Reeve was 6'4".
6'1".
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought he was a little taller. I didn't realize he was 6'4". And
They
also,
gave me two. I feel lucky.
ooh, we got two labels.
2 labels. I'm throwing them both away.
Oh,
But this can hold up to 10 pounds, which I think is awesome because...
that's actually a big strip. I thought it was like half and half.
well, I
It's
want...
a 2-inch strip. That's awesome. It's
That's
2
why I
inches?
got
Yeah.
it, because I wanted the
Okay.
bigger pieces, because I could at least trim it if I needed it.
Right.
But I'd rather have more surface area.
Okay, so you're well. That's not very high. Well, that's really too close.
There we go. I'm just kind of working this out, figuring out what I'm going to be doing here.
Sorry, I'm switching like mad here.
There you go.
guys.
That camera looks like...
Okay, so yeah, you're laying out some. So just the 4 is gonna be enough.
I don't know. I was thinking of how many I genuinely actually needed,
Right.
because I know I need more than 3 for sure.
Oh, for sure you need more than 3, but I think 4 is
Four.
all you're going to get without taxing the material. I mean, it's what the foam that we're based on, so this should be stronger. It probably could handle 5, but that's.
I think 4 is good.
I would hate to perforate it too much.
Yeah, I think 4 is good. Just
Okay.
even them out.
Yeah.
And then
Well, there was.
I also
24.
wanted
Okay.
to hide some Velcro in here, and if I split this down the side and put it on either side,
All right.
I don't know. I'm seeing what it.
You're figuring out how you want it to go. Okay.
Yeah.
Where did my thing go? We're supposed to switch sides because I'm in the heat and you're not.
I have
That's
a big
too
sweater
big.
today because I
okay.
don't want to be cold. I'm over it. Oh no. Okay, we're good. I thought I snapped it, and I didn't. I just
Yeah. The grommas are just in between the 2 sizes I have for.
go for the smaller size
Well, it's
because you can stretch it. Yeah,
way too small,
you're right, and it's way that's too
and
big.
this is way too big.
Go for the smaller size
I-
because you can always slit it.
Okay. I can see if I've got a hole punch that works as well. This is easier, quieter.
Yeah. Well,
I legitimately talked to Logan Enterprises, the people that make this, and said, "Hey, I'd love to get some in-between sizes. These are my favorite tools you guys make, and if I can get some in-between sizes, that would rock."
Yeah.
That involves like.
So if you get the
Whole lot of
slightly
tooling.
smaller size and then you just add a slit to it, it'll stretch it.
Okay. Okay.
As opposed to having it too big and then trying to.
Oh, that's just
that
not gonna
is
work.
just not gonna work. Okay. I want to see how I want to kind of incorporate the Velcro into it. And I wonder if I could put the grommets through the Velcro.
Hello, Data North. Welcome to the stream. Just barely made it in time, apparently. We'll be here for another couple of hours, so you made it. Don't remember. Here, is that closer? No, it's about the same. Because the difference is these I have to hit with a hammer, which the microphone's going to love, and the other ones, I can just, it's quieter. Josh Shower, I'm not picking up why, but it says blame Odin. Yeah, that's right, blame Odin.
It's all your fault.
It's my fault. Whatever happened, it's my fault.
Okay, so on the lower pieces, I'm going to slice these in half and go this way, and then on the upper pieces, I'm going to leave them big and go this way.
Oh, okay.
So I have flexibility.
Yeah, totally.
In where it goes.
Yeah, okay.
That's my game plan.
That's a great game plan.
And I'm going for the fuzzy side on the shoulders themselves.
Right.
Because ultimately, I imagine this costume being worn with a wig.
Yes.
And if you take off the shoulder pads for any reason and you're wearing the clamshell without the shoulder pads,
It's just going to grab the wig.
it's just going to tangle up and make a lovely mess. And I feel like the
It'll
least
tear the
tangles
wig. Yeah.
would be to put the tangly side on.
On the piece that comes off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is my game plan. If you could think of a reason why it should be the other way, go ahead and tell me, but that's what I'm thinking so far. Okay. Mental work.
Ah, good. Maker JP. Haha. JP Maker JP. That's the fellow. Good. He is here. Yes, it printed successfully. I know somebody else I swear is JP Actor, so I'm getting the names confused, or it could be JD Actor, so that's why I was not saying
The wrong one.
Yeah, Maker JP is the one that's worked
Well,
on
thank
Witcher
you very
season 2.
much.
Thank you very much. It has successfully printed. Joe is trying to handle the 3D printer. I don't know where it is at the moment.
What now?
Hi, Joe.
How's the Witcher print?
It's all right. It's almost ready to get put into the bucket.
Oh, sweet.
Here.
Okay.
Did you slice it?
No, it came sliced. Maker JP sliced it for us.
I wish I could slice it myself.
Oh, okay.
Some of the supports are just way too close to details.
Oh, okay.
So there's going to be some cleanup.
Oh, well.
But it looks great.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, Geralt's face
Looks fantastic.
just as awesome as ever. So yeah.
Great. I don't know how much you can hear, but Joe's just saying that Geralt's face looks just as awesome as ever, and that's important because that's what Maker JP did. This is actually a digital sculpt by this user. So
Here, I've got it right here.
put it here.
Let's see.
Camera's over there.
I don't know how much you can see it.
Yeah, I can't zoom in much more than that.
And you
How
got
much
this
It
one.
would look better if it was primed.
It would look better if it was primed. You could see it a little better. Yeah.
Work in progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it looks fantastic. I went ahead and used the transparent
Okay.
because I've had more luck.
Don't touch it with your hands
Oh, I
because
don't want to,
it still has uncured resin on it.
Okay,
So
don't want to do that.
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to poke it though, but I won't.
Well, let me put it in the bucket and then you can handle it. So I just need to wait for the IPA to dry a little bit before I throw it into the UV bucket. So
No worries. I like
Cool.
the detail of the shoulder.
Yeah, it looks great.
That's great. Okay, so even.
Josh Sauer. Oh my God, he read my comment. Josh Sauer says, "Hi, Joe." And Maker JP, thanks. Cool, thanks, dude.
yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, it does look great.
Okay, so do you want to poke the holes and get those going?
Yeah, I can do that.
I don't want to.
I'm happy to do that.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome.
And
Poke
then-
holes, I can even got like a stretcher I can just run into it, so maybe I can just stretch it instead of I'm afraid to cut. This stuff's pretty tough. I keep selling this short. I'm afraid to cut it because how many times I've got a hole and then you like slice it a little bit and then it just keeps going.
Yeah.
But
But that's also why we're using metal rivets.
yeah, it is.
And it's also why we have a lot of layers in there. We'll be fine. And then it's also, I was wondering if we could put the grommets directly through the Velcro. Or if that would be too hard. Otherwise, I'll put the Velcro on the other side of the grommets.
I should be able to cut through the Velcro.
Even with the sticky tacky back?
Well, I'll probably have to clean the cutter, but I should be able to.
Okay, well,
Because that'll help hold the Velcro down.
it'll give you another layer in there of protection.
Is there enough throat on the grommet to get through that much material? Yeah. We didn't have a whole lot of choice with the grommets we bought. It was like, well, it's these or...
These would seem like they do a better job than the other ones. So, you know what? We'll just put this on the other side of the
Okay.
grommets. It won't be that big of a deal. And it's not adding that much. I'm just worried about the sticky under that one layer because that's when everything gets gunked up in all your tools. And then
Right.
sometimes it's not worth that pain when we could just move it over slightly.
Good. Speaking of sticky, I've got something sticky in here.
Acetone?
I don't know if that's one of the plastic. Petroleum jelly, maybe.
Okay. Well, I'm making a big old mess.
This is some pretty old petroleum jelly.
Oh yeah. Canned Tuna wants to know, are you going to make the necklace with the armor, and do you plan on 3D printing it yourself?
Yes.
Yes. That was part of the build we talked about.
Right. So we do plan on making the amulet, and we do plan on 3D printing it just like we did the statue. So, yes.
All right. So I bought these buckles. Which one is a good? 2? Or
Two.
3?
Two's the closest.
So bought these buckles from.
I know that one has like the smallest focal plane. Of course, my glasses are off, which means
Okay.
everything's fuzzy anyway, so it's
And
probably...
it's all backwards of which way I think I'm moving everything. So
right.
anyways.
It's not a mirror.
These were $2 and they were cheap and they're little buckles and they're close enough to this shape. I just want to cut off these points. These points. And square them out before attaching them, and I was planning on riveting them.
You know, I was concerned that I was too far away the first time.
No, I know. I was like, wait,
Want me to
we've...
print another one of those?
Yes, if you would, please do.
Yeah, I can do that.
So,
I'm adjusting focus and whatnot on our close-up camera, since we're actually trying to use one today.
yeah, we have a lot of little details today.
Right. I know this camera's got a really tight focal plane, so it's... not, things are either in focus or they're out of focus. There isn't a whole lot of in between, because just the old lens that this is, nice old mechanical lens.
And it's square.
And it's square. Yeah, it's square.
I'm going to leave the little pointed one that goes through it pointy, just because I
Okay.
kind of like that point.
Very cool.
So how's the Discord doing?
I was just trying to check on that. Everyone keeps, I can't pronounce whatever this Latin thing is they keep looking at. It looks like Anus Among Us. I'm seeing Rodimus Prime and Jerry Rig Props are talking back and forth a lot. I'm not seeing any specific questions. Talking about which is the favorite Autobots. Jaden L is hello on the Discord, and Jaden is showing us some pictures.
Ooh.
You can kind of see
Is
that.
that a mask, or is that
It's
a head of a sword?
It looks like it's the top of a staff.
Oh, there you go. I'm just looking at it through that monitor over there.
Right.
You have to go down a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
There you go. Now they can see you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at my phone, trying to make sure I'm actually. So, all right.
There you go.
A couple of pictures from Jade. No.
Are these the same? No, they're fine. Okay.
Rodimus Prime is asking me if I can make them into this sandwich. I haven't decided what my April's Fool's video is going to be this particular year yet. Most of the time, I don't know until April.
To the day of.
To the
and
day
you're like, oh
of,
shit,
practically.
I have to
Oh.
do something.
Yeah, I need to do something again because this is fun when I actually do it.
Yeah.
Not to sound jealous. This is interesting because I'm not quite sure I'm reading the context right. So, Sahir Stanley, dear Odin and Felicia, not to sound jealous, but would you consider doing woman cosplay costume, something like Bo-Katan Star Wars or Witcher Siri? Yeah?
Yeah.
I've done some. Not a lot, but I've done some.
I know. I always like the female representation, so yes.
Yeah.
Not
But-
opposed to it. Love to.
Right. Both are cool. Bo-Katan's definitely going to be something I probably should do. Because it's, hey! The live action version finally appeared.
I like the
But-
seamless armor.
Okay.
Just,
Yeah.
there's a lot.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. I feel like there's plenty. The list of things
The
to work.
list of things to work on. Yes.
Yes.
But no, I've made I've made a few things.
There's that one.
Well, yeah, there's so yeah. Wow, brain's failing me. Captain Marvel. I've got Valkyrie's sword. I've got the that's not the Sword of Moments. What is that called? There's the Curse Crusher.
Yeah.
It's technically a female. Yeah.
But even doing the
And there's
full-scale
stuff that's
cosplay is
missing.
new, too. Because you have been doing just props. Not
I have been doing just
full
props.
cosplays are
Right.
like another beast in of themselves.
They are, yes.
Yes.
So yeah.
So, yes is the answer. Okay.
Jay Dragoneel. Odin, I always wondered what made you choose a Norse god as your name.
You get to pick your name?
I didn't pick my name. Exactly. You get to pick your name. I didn't choose my name. This was when I was given at birth. I've been stuck with this thing my whole life.
Your
I
mom
love
was
it.
like, this is Odin.
This is more or less, yeah. Mom went along with it. On my dad's side of the family, they wanted the first name to be O because there was the initials OCA for my uncle and my grandfather, and so they wanted to keep doing that because I was the first Abbott male child, boy child, whatever. Being I'm a boy man. Anyway, so Dad was considering Owen, and my godparents suggested Odin instead. And yep,
I have a friend named their kid Owen.
yeah.
Yeah. But
So
when did you get to pick?
yeah, I didn't get to pick, so I didn't pick Odin. Odin picked me, and I'm fine with it.
And you don't realize how many people you do not like until you have to name a child. So there's that.
There's that.
Alright. I rounded off that point. I didn't like it after all. Now you can't even notice it.
Okay.
It just disappears if it rounds off.
Oh yeah, no, that's great.
Okay.
And yeah, I've had plenty of people over time ask me basically that. It's like, why did you pick that, or are you sure that's the name you want to use? It's like, it's what I was born with.
Yes.
So if I go with it's
I'm
about
gonna pick
5.5.
The reference photo.
So it's going to be what, 10, 11?
Lost this track.
Oh, you know what? If I use centimeters, it'd be better. Everybody on the internet would be happy to tell me that. Because it's less fractional math. Alright, so these are 140 millimeters. So I'm going to divide up 140 to have 4 pieces inside. This is going to be going into 5 equal parts. That's almost 30 each, so it's going to be about 25, right?
Pop math quiz, everybody. Is Odin's math correct? I lost the chat, by the way.
Oh, well, it's in there somewhere, I hope.
Store chat? There it is.
There
Okay.
it is. And then the 3 at the top, pop
There
out
we go.
chat. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to see the.
Yeah, that's fine. See the pop out chat option?
There we go. Okay. I just wanted to see the reference photo to see which ones I needed.
Totally cool.
Okay. What's your favorite craft? Ooh, that's tricky. There's so many different ones.
Oh, no, because I'm not going far enough that way. So maybe go this 25. Man, my brain just not letting me do this.
Oh, evenly divide? Oh, I have
Yeah.
that ruler. It evenly finds the center of everything. But we're doing it in 4 instead of 5.
Right.
We're dividing it into quarters.
Hey, Odin, you want to see something cool?
Sure. So this is the one you overcooked?
Yeah, this is the overbaked one. So,
Yeah, go ahead and bring it on. Nicole's in the stream, the person who actually modeled this. Be back here.
yep, there we go.
So this is the Phoenix Gem from my Onward staff build. And this is the first one that I printed?
Yep.
And this is the one that accidentally sat in the UV light overnight.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Absolutely.
all on its own, it's amber.
Right. I'm gonna paint it, but yeah, it looks a lot like a Phoenix Gem just by overcooking it.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. So,
That's cool.
and thank you, Nicole.
Yes.
Yeah, this is very helpful because I'm doing a Onward staff commission build for somebody. So this is which camera?
We're live.
We're on that one now.
Okay, I
You're
was
talking
looking
to the
at
right
that
one.
one.
I was
Okay.
going to say, do you want to grab where you're at? Do you want to show them a work in
Yeah,
progress
I
for the
can.
fun
I
of it?
can totally take a.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let me go grab that. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
But you can finish
through
what you're
those
saying.
right
I
there.
almost interrupted you.
But
Hi, if you guys don't mind, Joe's going to walk into the stream from time to time. He's here, so why not?
so, which one do we want to put in?
We're
it?
still on. Put.
The burnt one. The toasted.
The
Does
overcooked
does
one.
it actually go all the way in it? Oh, it does. Okay.
Oh yeah, it should. It
I
should
wonder
fit.
what sugar's caramelized to make it that color.
Right.
So one thing that Odin did not get to work that he helped me get work on this one is it lights up
With the light switch.
With a light
with
switch.
the light switch.
Right, because I started to put the light switch in mine, but then I never got
Right,
going. Yeah.
right. So.
So I actually got a lit. I don't think there's no.
It
There's
shows.
no other.
It's just-
It shows. There's no other camera. Everything else is down on the table.
Yeah. So I could probably put it down there.
Yay.
Yay!
But okay, I'll stop interrupting you
Well, that's fine. Whatever.
for now.
All right. Quick vote to chat. Do you care if Joe walks in and says hi from time to time or not? Let us know in the comments. And then we'll tell Joe to piss off or not.
Like that'll work.
Like that'll work, right?
Okay. So I'm going to do this from both sides.
Brian Zappo. Hey guys, thank you for uploading all these awesome videos. Do you ever think about making a themed bed for your dogs?
I have multiple times. Bruno used to have a hot dog one.
Oh, that's cool. Let me
So-
get a piece of paper.
Yes, I have. Yes, they eat them.
There's a channel that keeps talking to me. He does it's like Rebel Base Builds, I think, RBB, and he keeps asking me to well, communicate with him, which I'm happy to do. But I just I'm constantly behind. I'm laying down the train track in front of the oncoming train. I'm not building ahead. The video that's coming out on Wednesday is currently being edited because I just finished the build yesterday.
So.
The build that I need to get done for next week, I haven't started yet. Plus, I'm doing a commission piece for a local video maker here where I'm making a motorized prop, something I don't typically do, and I have to have that done as well. But I can't do a video from it because we don't have all the rights to give the stuff out, so I don't get to make a video about it. So yeah, coming back to, so I haven't talked to the poor RVB guy, and it's not his fault. It's not like I'm trying to be mean, but I get really caught up in my own thing in a very
It is so easy to get overwhelmed.
yeah, I feel very overwhelmed.
I know the crazy schedule of you have a week or 2 weeks to get this whole giant thing done. But sometimes I appreciate that. It's
Yeah.
deadlines, and then when it's done, it's done.
Right.
But you always have to work on the next thing.
Right.
I get some time in between each giant project, but lately this year's just different.
Yeah, this year is its
This
own
year's
special
its own
beast.
and you just got to go with it. Can't 100% complain, but
No.
no.
Compared to what could be going on, I'm doing pretty darn good for this year.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
I did not expect to be where I am, but
Nope.
I genuinely cannot complain, so there's
Right.
that. Hope y'all are doing good too.
Right,
Staying
definitely.
safe out there, wearing your masks,
Wear your masks.
washing your hands, making props, staying home, you know? So, hope y'all staying safe.
Right.
I'll see what people are saying while you're doing that, because I want to do that.
Okay.
No, I don't want to do that. I want...
You want progress being done.
No. I want to do something that I have to do that when you're done with that.
Okay.
And I don't want to move on to the other pieces yet, because I'm
Okay.
being lazy.
Fair enough.
So I'll just say
So
hi to people.
yeah, here let's trade sides and
Mind kicking my stool?
no, you can have your apple box. So we have an apple box right back here.
'Cause I'm
Tested
short.
just this last week. Came out with how to make an apple box, which is something I thought about doing, but now I guess I won't because everyone will assume I'm copying Adam.
No, I know, but I've been wanting to make apple boxes, but then my dad's like, well, I have a bunch of real ones. You want those?
Right, because your dad doesn't know, or does he actually have production
No,
apple
he has.
boxes?
No, he has actual apple boxes, like the wooden crates.
Like
that
the
are
wooden crates you put
vintage.
apples in.
The ones that these things were based off of.
Right.
He has the original vintage ones, and he's like, well, why don't you just use these?
Right.
It's like, well, thanks,
Well,
Dad. And yeah, I would, but...
That's what they're named after. That's why.
And I could stand on it.
Yeah, you could.
I could. But this one's not even a regulation.
No, that's not a regulation one, not at all. That's my friend Neil. He had that one from somewhere. I don't think he made it, but
Yeah, but it's the right height. Like, of all
it's
that,
the right height.
for
Yeah,
me, for me.
that's kind of like a 2/3 apple box, but it's an apple box and a half long. It's weird.
It's not the right proportions.
No.
I kind of like it, but it's not right. Do you need the rest of this paper?
I do not.
Okay.
I'm just not able to be a host and do math, so instead I cut a piece of paper to length and now I'm folding
Folding it into quarters.
into quarters.
Well,
and that'll give me my quarters, but in order to get the center of the quarters, if I fold it one more time, I should get the center of all the quarters, right?
That's how I math on a measuring tape. So I do the whole measurements. So I have 5 and whatever that one is.
5.5, yeah.
No, it's 1 over,
Okay, 5 and 5/16.
unless you wanted to. And then you have that folded in half, and you have your number.
Okay.
And then you fold that in half to get your number, and you got exactly right there.
Say 1 3/8. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Now that's
Math.
right. So that's 1 3/8, but that'll give us. This is what I keep confusing myself on. So 1 3/8 is. I don't want to make them work as permanent.
well, why don't you do it on the back with
1
pencil?
3/8 is here is the center, and 1 3/8 is here, and that would give us 3 grommets.
Yeah, and that's not where we wanted.
No, we want 4 grommets.
So, okay.
Yeah, that was part of what I kept messing with my head with.
Because we don't want them centered. We want them
We
here,
want them-
here,
right,
and here,
which
and
is
here.
what I was doing here. I just did the 1 3/8, but now my middle things are the centers. I
Okay,
got
so we
1,
have
2,
the 1
3,
and
4.
3/8, but we have the centers
It's
of
the
those.
center of that, which is
So
whatever.
one
half
more
of-
fold.
Yeah, so one more fold.
One more
Right.
yeah. So if you need the numbers, you do one more fold on the thing, and that would give you your, and that's the same size.
Yeah, which is whatever that is. It's almost 3/4, but not quite. It's
No, I know. When my
It's
brain doesn't want to
9/16
math, but I need the exact measurements. I just
Mm-hmm.
fold my measuring tape up.
yeah, good.
Divide, you can multiply,
Right.
add, subtract. It's a number
can.
line. Yeah. You know, I
And
surprised.
for the rest of the world that has a real working measuring system that's actually based off of like math and something tangible, there's even centimeters in the back of this tape. But for all of us backwater Americans, we've got this thing that's a whole bunch of fractions. Because we have to sit through years and years and years of fractional math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yelenia at my work, she does it in centimeters, but she has to convert it to inches because it's just.
Everyone else is inches? Or?
It's just, we're working off of inches. It's
Right.
easier. It's units.
It's units. And at this
Yeah.
point, an inch is based off of its metric equivalent. Yeah, an inch is whatever it's no longer whatever it was, where there was a golden inch. Now, inch equals this much in metric.
And honestly, I've held so many measuring tapes next to each other.
And they vary.
They're not the same.
No, they're not.
They never are.
No, they're not.
They never are.
Okay, and now these are this size, so I'm going to want to give them a little bit of meat.
Yeah, because you can't have them on the very edges, otherwise you're just taking a bite out of your...
I can't go that far. You wanted... No, how far do we want to go?
That looks about right. About a quarter inch in.
About a quarter inch in?
Yeah, if you do about a quarter inch in,
Okay.
then it gives you enough to bite around the whole sides. We got a hi from Russia and a hello from France.
Awesome.
I think you say...
Hello, Russia, and hello, France.
Hi is privet in Russian and bonjour in French. Hello.
Yeah. I would pronounce it wrong.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
No,
I'm
it
saying
really,
hi.
doesn't. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, look at 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters.
There you go.
But you don't even need to 100% know that because we're just using fold lines on a piece of paper that...
Right, but that's
Yeah.
what it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I love how everything metric is based off of, like, water. Something real, instead of an inch being based off of what came out of a king's butt. I don't remember.
Well, actually, the meter was made just based off of whatever came out of... It was just a stick first.
At first? Okay.
At first. It wasn't... Then they took that stick length and they're like, well, it's about this and we... Anyways.
Okay.
But it's an arbitrary... They're just units.
It is arbitrary, but
It's units.
Yeah, it seemed like there was real world equivalents for...
They tried to.
Yeah.
But I think the meter itself was just a stick.
Okay.
Nothing's... They tried to do it like versus the circumference of... And the math doesn't quite... You know, when we try and make everything perfect, the universe is like, no, it's slightly off. Or there's the other factors to consider, you know.
When you go to a different part of the planet where the amount of gravity underneath it changes, then the value of volume, yeah.
Mystery spot.
Mystery spots.
Hello there, I'm from Brazil. Saturday, I finished a binge watching of your channel and DIY prop shop playlist. Looking forward to start my own projects. You know, I actually get excited about projects after watching some of your videos because I'm like, I see those problems. I'm like, ooh, I like the way you did that. I'm going to use it on this.
Thank you.
You know, so glad it's inspiring.
I'm glad it's inspiring, and thank you for binge watching, definitely.
Yeah.
Much appreciated. Actually just had our friend Gonzo talk to me about, he was working on a project and was looking at the Matrix of Leadership. I was like, oh, I can do it like that! And did whatever his thing is.
Oh, this is plastic?
Yeah.
Okay. The one I had was metal. And
Right,
they don't
I'd
quite
rather
fit
be metal.
together either. Jeez.
Well, hopefully it'll work.
It will work. It'll do its job.
It's still hammering.
Yeah.
So we'll be hammering today, guys. So much apologies to everyone's earpods.
If you do it on beat, it won't be so bad.
Oh, that's it. Or if we actually like mute the camera for a moment,
Right? Nah.
or turn it way down.
No. Nobody needs eardrums.
I got rid of mine a long time ago.
Okay. So that needs silver rivets. I got a lot of rivets to do today.
Yep, that's fine.
They'll be riveting.
It's riveting.
Okay.
I suppose if I move over, we can do a close-up of what I'm doing.
Odin, have you ever tried to make She-Ra's sword?
No, I've not tried to make She-Ra's sword. I did He-Man's sword, but I
And I
haven't
keep
done
threatening
She-Ra's.
to turn it into She-Ra's. I'm like, oh, I need She-Ra.
Right.
Can I just change your He-Man? Because they're very similar.
They're very similar. Now, is the current one, the current show, is that still like that, or is the has the design changed a little bit? Because I know the original She-Ra sword was very much the same design that the He-Man sword was, but it had like a large gemstone.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, and I want to say yes, but I can't picture it, so I have to
don't know
Google
if
it.
the current show is still that design, or if they updated it for the show, which, you know, they probably should.
But I think it's very similar to He-Man's with the gemstone still. I think
Okay.
it's very similar, but I have seen the new show, and I do like it, but we're not there.
So I think, yeah, so I got my mark where I want to make the hole, and I'm going to use the Cause Tools hole drill, and I can see through the plastic, and then on the end there's it's a sharpened like a die cutter, right? So all this is a sharpened tube on the end, and then there's a push button on the top so I can eject the parts the plugs that I make, So I can line that up with my silver pen mark. I can hold on to the clear part, and then I just twist. And it digs through the vinyl, through the wet the foam, through the second piece of vinyl, and into the work piece of foam that I've got here, so I'm not dulling my blade onto the cutting mat. And now I've got my hole.
You got a plug.
Yep. And that's how I'm
That's really clean and easy.
making the holes. And I'm realizing I'm not getting to the vinyl in the back.
No, you're not. You can
so
go
I'm gonna have
further.
to try a little harder. But that's what I'm doing, and yeah, I'm pretty freaking happy with the Cause tools. So this is a non-sponsored a plug for these tools. This is my favorite tool out of the Cause tool lines. I use it more than anything else. And yeah, so thank you, Logan Enterprises, for sending me these.
And it doesn't involve banging.
And it doesn't involve banging. No, we don't have to hammer. This stuff was actually built for architectural models for being used on foam core. But there's a whole line of stuff that it all works on EVA foam, because it'll all make diagonal cuts and it'll make circle cuts there. Now
There you got all the way through. You got a sandwich.
There it goes. Thank you. Yep.
Okay. Hello, in my country it is 4 in the morning. Whoa, good morning.
Oh, well, good morning. I'm usually up that late. Not always, but...
Odin Make, that Sub-Zero mask looks cool. Is that going to be your next video? BTW, did you use plaid effects? I like the metallic blue one. Or, I liked the metallic blue.
Yes. The scorpion mask back
I'm
here.
blocking?
That
Yes.
you are blocking, that's okay. So here's a full thing. Yeah, the whole idea was that we're stuck wearing masks for a while still, right? At least, especially here in the States. It's coming around for lockdown 2.0.
Well, we never fully got into lockdown 1.
No, we never fully got into lockdown. We never fully got out of it. So yeah, I made a cosplay version of the mask. It's got a mesh in it so you can breathe through it, but it isn't actually a mask in the sense you're supposed to be wearing it. So you wear it over your mask. And yeah.
Honestly,
Finish him! Get over here! Oh wait, that's the wrong guy.
I like that at least if you have to wear a face mask, why not have a fun one?
Yeah, when I have a fun one, exactly. And I tried to do this where it goes on about the same way, where it's just a pair of elastic and that's it. You know, let me put you on the spot. So Sub-Zero usually has some sort of a leather hood. Mm-hmm. He's got like a sailor's hat as well, but do you have any interest in patterning out a hood? You can say no.
In my rulers kit,
Right.
I have the hood pattern.
You have the hood pattern. Oh, okay.
I have a hood pattern that
Oh,
I've
cool.
already drafted, and it's a basic hood.
Right.
And you can just adjust that. So yes,
Okay.
we could do that.
Cool.
I have, yes.
So you have interest. Well, not interest. You have the ability.
Yeah.
Because it's just that it's not going to be part of the video. This video is shot and done. It's being worked on.
I don't think they can hear you. You should probably take that off.
They can hear me. I'm muffled, but
Yeah,
they
you're
can
very.
hear me.
Oh, okay. But yes, I have that pattern. You're welcome to use it, and the sewing machine's still down there,
Right.
so not a big deal.
So
Hoods can be very complicated because if you don't have enough fabric here, you have no movement. That's the only
Right.
where you have the biggest issues. But
and then the hoods have different looks, like the
yeah,
Assassin's
whether you
Creed
want it
hoods
to come
got
out
that.
versus the way you want
Yeah.
it to frame your face. So
Just wear a black hoodie.
yes, black hoodies, right? Okay. Let's see. One rod is 16 feet or 5.029 meters.
Awesome.
Math.
So we're still talking about units of measurement. So if the there isn't one. So okay, here's a fun thing for historians, and if Starius was in the house, he'd probably be able to tell us. If a cubit was based off of the length of the pharaoh's arm, whoever the last pharaoh was, that's still the length of the cubit. So what is the current length of the cubit?
Now, this is before they shriveled?
Yes, while the living gods were still living, yes.
I shouldn't have gone. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because if I remember correctly, a cubit is the length of the arm from the shoulder to the hand plus a span of the hand. And so that was a
okay.
cubit. But of course, every time the pharaoh changed, that length would change, but they were the one, so everything would change to fit whoever the new person was.
Yay, units of measurement.
Yeah.
Hi, Odin Odin.
Hello, whoever. Because I'm not hearing names.
In full screen, the chat covers your face. Oh, okay.
Oh. Well, sorry.
Not missing much.
No, you're not so much. It's just my face.
Felicia, what are things you're awesome at, but everyone seems to forget? Well, you guys don't know anything about me, so.
She's awesome at everything. So she's really good with theoretical physics. She actually has a degree in quantum mechanics. And then in her spare time, she actually does a lot of stand-up mic stuff with open mic and acoustical instruments. Is that right? Or is that two Buckaroo Banzai?
It's not that far off, but it's off.
It's off, okay.
It's off. It's off. But I don't know. Y'all don't know anything about me. I'm sorry.
Are you really? How much information about yourself do you want to share with the internet?
Hardly any. That's what.
Probably wise.
Yes. I don't know. I currently work at a bridal designer's where I pattern draft and build wedding dresses. Love it. I absolutely love it. That's what I originally went to school for.
Right, was with pattern drafting and...
Well, fashion design, marketing,
design.
and merchandising. So a lot of marketing and merchandising.
Right. Well, I wanted to make sure that you were saying you went to school for wedding gowns.
Oh.
Specifically.
Yeah. Well, no. The whole design and...
Yeah, it definitely fits, but...
Yeah, and then... I coached gymnastics for 15 years.
Right.
I worked all sorts of weird jobs. County Office of Education, California High School Proficiency Exam Office. Been a producer.
Right.
Been
a lot of video producer stuff.
Yes, a lot of video production stuff, a lot of ad work.
We both worked for Smosh for a while.
Yes.
That's actually where I met her. I was art department for Smosh, and you were when I was there predominantly your wardrobe, but you were still PA a little at the beginning. You said?
Okay, when I started, I was PA, so I got to do everything.
Right.
A little bit of everything.
Which is cool.
Yeah. And I remember when I got that job, Frank pulling me aside, he's like, with this position, you can go anywhere you want. You can really get into all the different aspects of working on set. And so I did.
Good.
I didn't just kind of pigeonhole myself till later, till I was ready to do costumes. Oh, and I worked at a costume shop for like 10 years. And
right.
Moved that a few times, and...
all the little things for why I asked you to be on the show, because I thought you were incredibly qualified and talented and capable.
Yes,
Yes.
I do lots of random stuff. Oh, I was pulling up some of those random props the other day. Like, you helped me with the syringe. Remember that syringe that stabs in?
Yeah.
I think I should bring it so that they can see it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
You still have it?
I still have it.
Oh, sweet.
Well, you have a giant syringe that stabs into things.
Right, you have an antique syringe.
Yeah, I actually brought that to get my blood drawn.
Oh, okay. Did they use it?
No, I just wanted to show the phlebotomist. Because I always ask for the baby needle.
Right.
And they tell me no, and then they look at my veins and they go, okay.
Right. I actually should have the baby needle too.
Yes, but anyways, I was pulling out some old props and some old things, and I came across a few things that I've asked you for help on, and I thought those would be funny, because those videos have already been out.
Yeah, those
and
videos
I don't
are
have
out.
to worry about that anymore.
Exactly. The fun part of making props for hire is always this, here's this thing, but keep it secret. It's like, all right.
Yeah. Or you worked on this giant project, don't say anything about it, and then by the time it's out, you're like, whatever.
Yeah, you forget it's there.
Yes. Okay. Felicia, my wife loves your cardigan. Where'd you get it? And if you don't mind me asking. Oh, I love this thing. I just got it. So.
Yeah. No, it's very cool.
Yeah, I got it at Ross.
There you go.
Yeah, it was really cheap. And my New Year's resolution this year was not to buy any clothing, and I made it up until yesterday. But this was worth it, so. Oh, no. Okay, let's see. Hey, Odin, do you think to make any prop from the new game Miles Morales Spider-Man 3? Well, there's always. There's so many props.
There's so many props.
So many props.
Yeah. I do need to make another Spider-Man prop. It's been a while, and the web shooter video I have is consistently doing well, so I really need to do something else Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is great.
Yeah, Spider-Man is great.
I will admit that I wasn't as big of a fan, but then the Miles Morales came out, and it really brought out my like for that hero.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, that one was such a good movie. It was such a good movie.
I mean, I know Miles Morales has his own comic, and he's a fully full character. It's not like he's just one from one movie.
No, but I love that he
yeah.
got his own movie and
Yeah,
they
me
did a
too.
good job at
It was
it.
a good movie.
Yes.
He also currently has his own video game.
Yes, he does.
That's what they were talking about, the
Yeah.
video game.
And I love the Reddit memes where in the U.S. you can get Miles Morales, and in the UK you get Kilometers Morales.
Sorry, I wasn't expecting that. Is he shorter in the UK?
I don't think so.
Well, it's just, isn't a kilometer slightly shorter than a mile?
Yeah, by a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like half.
Kilometer's like a 10-minute walk.
Are
least-
those metric minutes?
Metric minutes? Yeah, right.
There's a great wasn't that great, but there's a great Saturday Night Live skit about the metric alphabet. This is early '80s, late '70s, when the U.S. was actually toying with the idea of going metric. And
Well,
so
officially we are.
officially, okay.
Technically, officially we are.
Officially, we are, but
yeah,
everyone
anyways.
seems to have dropped it. Yeah. So they were shortening up the cumbersome 26-letter alphabet to 10 easy-to-use letters, including the letter Elemento.
Elemento.
Elemento. And then, of course, I don't know if it was Dan Aykroyd or Chevy Chase,
wait, I
but
don't
one of the
know.
two of them is like severely butchering the new metric words and how much easier they are to say when they're not. That's the whole point. But Happy Fun Ball's easier to remember.
Yeah. Jack Smith is asking, so, do you guys like pizza? Yes.
Yes.
Very much so.
Body by pizza.
Hello, I haven't kept up with this build, so what's happening? Okay. We finished up the shoulders and the upper arms. We got the clamshell basically put together. Today we're doing the rivets and the grommets.
Promise, because we're going to lace the clamshell halves together.
Yeah, we're going to put grommets on the shoulders, and then we're going to put all the kind of rivets of the pieces together. So we'll have an actual, hopefully by today, have something.
Have something, because we're already an hour in.
We're already,
But,
it takes forever.
It takes forever, but then also, there's the live stream aspect of actually interacting and talking to people.
Yeah.
And it's just like any other shop. You will get more work done if you're not talking and socializing, but a live stream is about talking and socializing, so it slows the build down. That's fine.
Yeah, but that's what we're doing. We have gotten a lot of the foam pieces built, and now we're kind of working on making them actually
be something.
Yes. If
We
that is
still
a
have
technical
the
term.
body form Kevin over there.
Yes. We
So
have
we
the
can-
body form, Kevin.
So we can always start lacing on that if we want.
Yeah. Kevin isn't a person, it's just the dress form. I always
Right.
name my dress form so you guys know. We're not talking about somebody, we're talking about it'll fit a basic size large.
Yep.
And it will actually be flexible in sizing because we're doing the lacing on the shoulders, and actually we're going to do some lacing on this
I was
side
looking
too.
at that.
Yeah.
I will need to get a new set because
They're not the
this-
same size.
Not the same size, and that's not.
Going to be even.
3 is okay, but I think I'd rather just do the same thing again. It'll just be tighter. 4 and 4.
It's a little evener.
Yeah.
It is. The tension will be better if you
Well,
do.
4 is an even number. Evener.
Yeah. Evener.
Evener.
Be more even. Look at you correcting my English.
I'm just having fun with it. Evener.
Yeah.
It is odd that I'm correcting your English, even in this instance.
All right. All right. Okay. Making costumes and props for my friend's Star Wars fan film and your
Oh.
Star Wars how-tos help me so much.
Sweet.
Yeah. That was one of my more favorite sets that you did was the Star Wars set.
Oh, cool.
Did
Thank
you do that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
The Death Star set?
Yeah. That one was a crazy build.
That was a crazy build. That set still, in a small way, exists. Because when, just before Smosh moved, I was able to get the set out and we use it for Beyond Geek. And then Smosh started doing its thing, so we took it to the Beyond Geek garage instead of back to the Smosh studios, where it would have been thrown away anyway. So
Yeah, I was gonna say I
but lost nothing. So that
Yeah.
set actually pretty much still exists. Yeah.
That's really cool.
There's it was the tall window pieces primarily. There's a little bit of the panels. We remade some new panels for Beyond Geek. But yeah, if you look up the lightsaber episode of Beyond Geek, which is on Amazon, you can find the trailer on YouTube. That set is the set we're talking about, basically.
Yeah. I really liked that one episode where I got to do the big what if. What if Star Wars was 1940s?
Right, that was awesome.
Found those drawings. Yeah, remember how I told you I found that stack of old drawings of things, of old projects?
Oh, okay. And that's what you found?
That was one of those things that I found was the big what if Star Wars was in the 1940s. And I remember really liking that because
No, it's very cool.
Yeah, that was one of my more favorite ones.
There was somebody who did design work with What If Star Wars was an 80s high school film.
That one also sounds like a fun...
And so they did some really good character designs on that.
Okay. Have you tried making the Wolverine claws from the X-Men comics?
I have not made Wolverine's claws. I have talked about it. I've talked about it behind the scenes. I've talked about, I should do this.
That's why I'm like, I don't know if you have.
It hasn't happened. It got close once, and then, this came out. This looks like a much better idea. So that's kind of what's happened.
Okay, so no, not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
On the list.
On the list. Yes.
Yes. Okay, hi Odin. Finally started my Gundam cosplay. The head.
Sweet.
I'll be making a video series similar to yours. I'll give you one hint. It's not the RX-78 BTW. How long did it take you to complete the head?
Well, I'm kind of stuck on a schedule, and I think we may have started the head a little bit beforehand. So the head may have been done, like, we started doing the Pepakura file, and we did use Armorsmith Designer a lot on the Gundam build. Found a good STL model of the RX-78. Had to break that up because it was too complicated for Armorsmith. But we did all that a couple of weeks beforehand. And then once we got that kind of going, I still think it was pretty much a week for the head. But this is my full-time job. This is what I do effectively all day, every day when I put that much effort into it.
Isn't the head the hardest part to get going, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Godzilla head was
like if you
way
tackle
hard.
the head,
yeah,
it's the hardest part, and if you get going, then the rest just kind of falls.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And with the Gundam, the next hardest was probably the legs with the thighs, only because they are again a kind of an organic, rounded type piece. Because so much of the Gundam is a square box. If you really just break down what it looks like, the RX-78, it's a box. It's a pointed box. So it was a bit easier to build, but yeah.
Right.
It's
Good
fun
luck.
though. Yeah, good luck. I'm sure you can do it. I've seen a lot of Gundam
Yes.
cosplays, and I've seen some. It's on my Instagram somewhere. Someone did a unicorn that was a cardboard cosplay that I saw in Stockton.
Oh, yeah.
Worked. Guy wore it with jeans. Didn't matter. I knew what he was. He was great.
Right. Okay. Carlos says, if it wasn't for your videos, I would be lost as hell.
Oh, thank you, Carlos.
Yes.
I'm glad they help you.
Yes. You know, honestly, I think we think so differently. I appreciate, seeing your perspective on, like, foam and this,
Thank you.
it's not that we think too differently, it's just, I think, a different perspective of similar things.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely does help watching people build things.
Right. Yes, I understand. And I think one of the things I'm kind of trying to say, I get used to building in foam, so I think
In foam.
how to build in foam.
Yeah.
I've watched some other makers, and even my dad, when he was alive, they would go to what they knew best. So yeah, different ways of tackling the problem. And
Yeah. Well, I started out with the felt and switched over to foam. I'm always willing to try something new, but there's definitely appreciative of having somebody make all the mistakes first and going, oh, okay.
Right. Yeah, don't do it this way. You'll just be wasting your time.
Yes.
Or, this is the problem I had, and maybe they've got a solution, and they can get around it, and that would be kind of cool, too.
William Connors says, you inspired me to do a Dino Megazord cosplay. Love all your videos.
Oh, sweet. I'm excited about all these Megazord cosplays that I'm hearing about, which is very cool. Nerd Alert Cosplay on Instagram has done a number of giant mecha cosplays, and yeah, Jason's stuff is really cool.
I don't have a place to store that.
I don't really either, but I'm gonna make it happen.
I know. It's not only a lot of work; it's a lot of commitment and storage, and it's a lifestyle.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's a whole issue of, okay, I've got Mecha Godzilla done. It's spring. I could go to G-Fest in Chicago. That'd be awesome. Maximum attendance was 3,000. I don't know if I want to pack it up in a car, drive for 2 days to go to, I mean, that's not a bad size con, but that's a week commitment of travel to go to a con that's like, all right, kind of wish the attendance was a little larger. Plus, I suspect that when cons open up, the attendance is going to be down.
It depends. You can't really plan this year out.
No.
You just can't.
Yeah, are we going to have cons in 2021?
I'm sure by 2022.
Exactly. I'm sure by 2022 stuff's going to happen.
Yeah, right.
So, I don't know. I still intend on going to Dragon Con if everything's healthy and good there. Because they rolled their tickets over from 2020. Because I bought a ticket for this year, but of course it got canceled.
Yeah.
So, as long as I feel comfortable and safe going, I totally want to go next year. I've got a ticket. Mechagodzilla will go to that, which means I'm driving to Georgia from California.
You're driving?
I'll have to. I can't ship it. I mean, I guess I kind of could, but...
You could get in a seat on the plane next to you.
No, that's not going to happen. Do you have any weapons to declare? Fingers, toes, knees, tongue, nostrils. We won't want to talk about his exhaust port.
Well, I'm thinking about the guy who got a plane ticket for his cello, and they kept trying to tell him. He's like, nope, I got a plane ticket.
Right. No, our friend Ivan, who does sound, he would get tickets for his sound gear all the time.
Yeah.
Because he would have a seat, and then he would put his sound gear in the seat next to him. Because he bought a ticket for it, because he couldn't check it.
Right? I've seen them unload the planes. I wouldn't trust.
No.
Yeah. Cantuna says, everyone asks about your favorite prop. I'm curious about what your least favorite, or maybe one you dislike.
Okay, I can name off a couple that I wasn't as happy with. Yeah, everyone says my favorite prop. It's always my most recent. Right now, Mechagodzilla head. I'm totally happy with that. I'm really thrilled with some of the edges on the Sub-Zero mask because it's a very fresh problem that I solved, and I'm happy with how my problem solved. However, which ones are not my favorite? Which ones are ones that I look at and wince? There's a couple of them. They're on the shelf behind me, actually. I brought it up a couple of times, on the live stream. I'm not as happy with Bumblebee's face. The back of the head, it's up there.
Yeah,
The back of the head, can I reach it?
Can you?
I'm knocking a bunch of other stuff down.
Maybe. You got it.
I got it. So it's not bad. It's really pretty good. I'm really very happy with the back of the head. Hit 3.
3.
Please. That's a little low because we're trying to get what we're working on. But so I'm really happy with how the detail worked out in the back of the head. The eyes worked out. I can kind of see through it. But honestly, if you look at the face, and if you look at a picture of Bumblebee from the movie, the face is wrong. This is a very human aspect ratio face. Bumblebee's got a very wide face, more like Stewie from Family Guy. That's an exaggeration, but the Bumblebee's face is more like that. So I'm not happy with. I see this as being a derpy Bumblebee, and I'm not happy with it. But I'm thrilled with like other parts, like take off the face. Okay, real happy with all that. Very happy with all that. But the face, I just kind of wish was a little different. And then early on, I made some plasmid bottles from BioShock, and those were real simple, real dirty builds, and they're up there. They're not my favorite. They're glass too, which is not.
Yeah. Okay.
I have to get to that later when I can actually step on a step stool. Those are the easy ones. I'm sure there's other smaller ones if I really thought about it or looked around.
I know those ones, they kind of sit with you because you're like, I know I can do better.
Right, exactly.
I think that's why they bother me so much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because I know better.
Well, I built the bumblebee from the back of the head first, which really made it a human
Aspect ratio,
human proportions, and then did the face. And it's like, oh no, this is wrong. But I couldn't go back at that point.
Yeah, you're committed.
I'm committed. And then the mouth is crooked. I mean, I can see it's crooked and just
Yeah.
Obviously, the face is separate. I could make a new one, or I could just make something all new and.
Right.
Right.
Move on.
Move on.
Alright. Got all the plugs on this side?
Yep,
Almost?
Almost. Yeah, this side's almost done. I just have to do the waist on the other one.
I'm actually, now that I'm on this side, it's actually warm on this side. It was
Right.
freezing over there.
Yeah, well, the vent hits that side more. For everyone who doesn't know, we've got a air conditioning or heater vent right over our heads. It's a little off center. It's over here, but I've got like a I don't know, a duct on it. I got a piece of foam cord taped the end of it to kick the air towards this way.
Yeah, so it's warm here.
Yeah,
And it's
so-
cold there.
And it's pulling air in from the other room, so it is a constant source of fresh air. Partly why I'm not wearing a mask as much. I still should wear a mask when using contact cement, but I do have very adequate ventilation. I do have a source of fresh air hitting me in the head, so I typically don't smell the fumes at all when I'm working with it. But I'll have someone else walk into the room where it's building up anyway, and it's like, ah! In the summer, we've got secondary venting, so there's actually active circulation going through the room.
Oh, these I
But-
think are on both sides. Okay. Then yes, it will cover if we did
Okay.
it thicker. Anyways, but... Because see, there's one that's thicker and there's one that's smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And they sandwich together and they fit together.
Oh, okay.
Where a lot of the times you only have one.
Right.
This one has the top
But
and
still,
a bottom. And you got some...
is that gonna,
That's gonna go through. I think we'll be pretty good. Once it has to...
it'll end up being smashed a little bit.
Yeah, it's gonna get
Surface a little
smashed,
bit.
yeah.
Okay.
That's for sure. Yeah, I don't think we actually have to cut, but we can force it.
I can almost hear you.
It's okay.
Making a little too much noise on the other side of your hair.
Oh, there you go. Look at you. You have the right tool.
Is that gonna go enough?
Yeah, it'll go enough. See? Now it
Oh,
fits
perfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's perfect.
Okay.
And then that, and then
And
that, and then you smash it. But you
Okay.
have to do the holes on that side, and then we can start smashing.
All
So
right.
that we're not just smash, smash,
Well,
smash.
then here, if you want to continue reading comments, you can. If you want to stretch these holes.
Yeah, I'll get this one going. Where did the heck did the hour go? We're at 1:13. Do you want to tell people what we're at?
Fair enough. Hey, it's the top of the hour, and welcome to the Odin Makes live stream. Hi, my name is Odin. I'm kind of your host, but I've actually got a co-host that's been with me this whole time, and I appreciate very much. And that's Felicia right over here. Felicia, you can find her on Instagram at ish_87. I'm Odin Makes on Instagram and YouTube and a whole bunch of other places. During these live streams for the past couple months at this point, what we've been working on is Witcher armor. We're building the basic vanilla Witcher armor that you would kind of start the game with, and just putting the pieces together. This entire project has only happened during the live stream. We haven't done anything off camera yet. We might, but it hasn't yet. The whole project started because we got some of Foam Armory's chainmail, foam chainmail, and wanted to do a project with it. And this seemed like a good idea because there was enough chainmail in one package to pretty much do the whole costume. We would have had enough, but we wasted a few sheets experimenting. So since then, I've gotten more, and we're going to have plenty to do all the bits that go around the middle. But that's what we're working on. We're going to keep working on this particular project until it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the update for the live stream. Hey guys, how's it going?
Okay. Okay. Which projects would you say you've learned the most from? Each of you. So I'll let you start. learned the most from my failures.
Exactly. That's kind of what I was thinking of. Which project really kicked my butt? I know a lot of the projects where I kind of overpromise, I learned from. Because you end up having to do a
It
lot.
pushes
in
you
a
out of
little
your
bit
comfort
time.
zone.
Pushes you out of your comfort zone, yeah. But want to go with a specific one. Which one did I learn from? Which one did I really learn something from? If you want to count the whole series as one project.
No, I'm not going to start hammering yet.
Okay.
I'm just was thinking about the backs.
Right.
Are they going to? I think it's better if we put the fronts on first, put them into the mold so that they don't get disfigured and funny looking, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then putting the backs on and hammering it from the back.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You know,
now I
'cause
understand.
it makes a difference as to which way it splits.
Yeah.
And you want a prettier side, so I kind of want to do a sample one before we 100% stab
Okay.
through, but this won't be seen anyways, but
Sure.
still, like...
So I'm going to say Soul Edge. Soul Edge was a single project that I learned a lot on because there was a lot of new things I did that I hadn't done typically before. And if you want to go with an overall project, well, definitely the Gundam. There was a ton of stuff in the Gundam that I had known about, and I had done individual things on a small scale, but I hadn't put a full suit together like that. That was my first big full only EVA suit that I've done.
Yeah.
You know, I did the Guar stuff years ago, and I've done foam suits and stuff for like darkness and whatnot, but not a mech where it really had to look.
Yeah. I was going to say, one of my failures, I feel like, is Aquaman. Because having to do his shoulder
Right.
armor, I ended up using real armor from the costume shop and just getting it so that the weight
Right.
didn't fall off and it could function. And that was the one. Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the fun one with yeah.
Yeah, so
Aquaman looking at yeah.
the fish magazine.
The Fish magazine. Yes.
Yes. So, anyways, I that one is on one of those quiet lists of failures where I won't openly just tell people like, jeez.
Right.
But Aquaman, whenever I see him, I go, "You're a little more difficult than I expected."
Yeah, then you should have been. You were just Aquaman.
Right? It's one arm.
Right.
It's one.
It's one arm because
It
it's just the
wasn't
new
the
50th.
Well, it wasn't the new. It was
Wasn't-
a few
right.
years ago, so it was just classic Aquaman.
I was
with
gonna say
the-
new 52, I think, but maybe not. Maybe
It
it's
was
not
the
even out.
classic Aquaman where you only had one arm, shoulder armor, but I still that one. I will put that on the list of failures.
I think I dropped my measuring paper. This is the. Oh, there it is.
Okay. Oh, the Dino Helmets from first generation Power Rangers. Power Rangers just in general, I feel like there's so many you can.
There's so many Power Rangers things in general. So before the pandemic happened, I was in talks with a friend here in the Sacramento comic shop called the Comic Command Center, and he was going to loan me the coins to mold so I could actually do some. Because that's the thing that was really stopping me was there aren't any good 3D print files because Saban keeps a pretty good check on their IP. So being able to 3D print a good coin that isn't just, I could cut that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing. Because the Red Ranger sword would be awesome to do, and there's no coins in the helmets, but
I've done the Pink Power Ranger a few times for different people.
Okay.
The classic Kimberly is like one of my favorites. The boots are a little difficult. The gloves are tricky. Just saying because they're specific,
yeah, because they're specific.
And people get very stuck on little details, and I can appreciate it.
Fully, it's.
But yeah.
Yeah, if you've got a uniform and the Power Rangers are in a uniform, you're either right or you're wrong.
Yeah.
There's, you might have a little bit of leeway with how wrong you can be, but anyway, at least I've run into the fellow who said I could use the coins again fairly recently at a swap meeting. He's like, yeah!
Yes,
anytime!
please.
It's like,
I will
okay, good.
gladly. Yeah. I've been a putty before, but I have not yet been a Power Ranger officially.
So yeah, I'll have to get over to the Comic Command Center and do that. In fact, I should probably None of the guys are watching right now, but hey, if anybody from Comic Command Center or anybody's friends with the Comic Command Center is watching, let them know that I would be interested, if they're interested, in probably taking some of my props and putting them on display over there, because I'm starting to run out of room.
Yeah. Oh, a traveling Odin show.
Yeah,
A trunk show.
a trunk show.
Sending Odin's trunk show. Okay, Cantuna wants to know, does your drilling tool ever get too dull, and does it sharpen? Can you sharpen it?
Yes, the drilling tool does get dull. One of the big parts about having the working foam underneath it is to keep it from getting dull. And how to sharpen it. What I've done, and this is interesting because this is not something that Logan Tools, Cos Tools people told me, but I've taken the little, just the grinding bits from a Dremel. I don't put them in the Dremel. I just by hand
You use it as a rasp.
use it as a rasp or as a little sharpening tool, and it made a difference. Because I really ruined my big one very early on. Because I wasn't using the lower piece, and I was just going right into the cutting mat or something else, and it got dull in a hurry. But yeah, just this, very simple.
The more you know, right?
Right. And I'm not doing a circle of motion. I'm putting it into the hole drill and then
Pulling straight
pulling straight out against the edge, because
You're straightening out your little...
because the outside walls are straight up and down. There's a slight, the knife edge curve goes on the inside, and it makes a huge difference.
It really does. So, especially if you use that on cardboard. Ooh, it's gonna be dull real quick.
Yeah, really quick.
Real quick.
So I've done that with all of them a couple of times, especially the big one.
Okay.
These aren't horribly expensive either. I mean, they're not cheap, but like $20 or something like that for the set, I think.
That's not bad.
No, it's totally,
Especially if you use it all the time.
totally worth it.
Now, if it's $20 and you never touch it, not
Right.
quite worth it.
Maybe not.
But if you're using it,
But yeah, for a specialized tool that's doesn't require power, that's something else that's really kind of cool, is having anything that you could operate this in an apartment, and you're not going to annoy your neighbors. You're not going to kill your pets. Having built many costumes in an apartment, these things have occurred to me before. I've never killed any pets, but I've certainly annoyed my neighbors.
it's evening in Germany.
It is evening in Germany.
It's good evening in Germany. I only know how to say good day. Guten Tag. Uh-oh.
Is that piece important?
Well, we have another box,
Right,
but we're
but-
kind of getting to the bottom.
Understand, you dropped a small black piece onto a black floor in the dark. Why can't you find it?
I think it's gone.
There's a flashlight on my phone if you want it.
Nah, I don't know. We have 2 boxes.
Okay.
If we need it, then I will go. Do you have an anvil, by the way? I left
I
mine
do.
at home.
I actually
Okay.
do have a little tiny anvil.
Okay.
Do you want the anvil, or do you want to just... Or do you
No,
want to
it says to use an anvil, and I was like,
All right.
oh. I never do. I usually sit on the concrete floor and just
Yeah.
hammer it on the floor.
Right. Or I'll just put down like a piece of wood, or something that's
Yeah.
going to give enough resistance. But
normally I just sit on the floor and I do it.
yeah.
So I don't get this fancy.
Also,
Where
often you
is-
use it
oh,
as a
you have it.
drink holder, but the flat top and the flat spot on the top of a vise, of a big bench vise, that's actually an anvil as well.
Yeah.
Here, do you want this back?
No, you can have. I'm using a pencil.
Okay.
Might as well, because gotta get through all of them.
Okay.
Okay, that one does work better. Nah, this is...
Is that going to work?
No.
No?
That tool's much better. Much better. Do you want to tell people what this unicorn horn is?
I don't know. I'll be honest. That was something that came out of my dad's collection of stuff, and I don't know exactly what the unicorn horn is called or specifically what it's for. It might be for fluting pipe, actually. I think it might be for fluting copper pipe.
And a little tiny anvil.
A little tiny anvil. Maybe that's what it is, yeah, because you would put the pipe onto it, and then you tap it into the pipe and cause the end of the pipe
And then you
to
could
flute
slip
out.
the other pipe
Then
into. Yeah, that makes a lot of
into
sense.
It.
I was
Or
thinking,
there's like a compression fitting that works with it. But yeah. going to step around and grab Discord and see if anybody in Discord is saying anything new.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm saying Discord. My patrons have access to a patron-only Discord, and I'm
Okay.
supposed to pay attention to it because that's the whole point. So let's see. Oh, okay. Jade Nell tells us that it's going to be a scythe when it's done. The staff that he had.
Okay.
And Unis Honest was a channel with the theme of everything is temporary. They deleted their own channel when the
Oh.
year-long clock struck 0. Oh, interesting.
Oh, look at Unis Honest was a YouTube channel that was to last 1 year. That's what Unis Honest means. It was
Okay.
hosted by Mark Plyer, Mark, and
Oh.
Chunk Gameplays, Ethan.
Okay.
It ended at midnight last Friday.
Oh, interesting.
At least that's what they said.
And it sounds like they deleted the channel. So it's gone.
Way to commit.
Yeah. Yep, it hit about a day ago. Okay.
Felicia, what's your favorite cosplay costume you've worn or wanted to wear? I've worn so many. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to check the chat more, Nicole. Yeah.
I worked at a costume shop. I used to like change every hour.
Yeah, pretty much.
Um,
Actually, I don't want to talk about to specifically go off what.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No,
you're
it's
asking a
okay.
question, and I'm going to totally step all over you again.
it's all right. I don't know the answer yet.
Oh, okay, you don't, because
Yeah.
you see as he changes every hour, and then
Well,
of course
I just do a lot of costumes, so I don't know what has been my favorite. I do know what I want to do. There's lots of them. There's a whole list of
Oh,
them.
of course.
But I wasn't fully into my thoughts yet. There's no
Okay.
actual answer. Anyways, what were you saying?
Nicole was asking, Rodimus was asking, what did I think of the most recent episode of The Mandalorian, and do I want to talk about it? I enjoyed the most recent episode of The Mandalorian. I really enjoyed the art of the episode. But aside from that, I know of at least one person in the shop today who hasn't seen it yet. That would be Joe. So I don't really want to talk about it during a live stream, the whole spoiler thing. Is there anything in it that is really, really spoiler heavy? Not really. Everything that happens, you could pretty much figure out if you just kind of think about story
All right,
arcs.
you doing that before
But-
is not actually helping. You have to do it right before you put it in, because it does shrink up.
It is shrinking back up?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
so it's not as helpful, you know.
Oh, okay, okay.
Just
then
say,
I'll
just
stop.
doing it as you stick them in, because it shrinks right back down around it and holds it in place.
Oh, okay.
So
All right, no
Just-
problem.
I was like, oh, okay, I'll start sticking them in. They don't quite fit. They go back to the small size.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. But no, the episode was great. I enjoyed it. I was amused that it is one of the shortest episodes at like 35 minutes. Yeah, the most recent episode of The Mandalorian was 35 minutes. It didn't feel like 35 minutes. It didn't, it
I
didn't-
have not seen it yet.
Yeah, it did
I
whiz
kind
by.
of was waiting so that I could just
Just
don't have
binge it
to
all?
wait. Yeah.
Awesome.
They love your shirt, by the way.
Oh, good. Thank you. Yeah, I came across, I was like, yeah, I need that shirt.
Aw, they think the anvil is adorable. I do too.
Yeah.
Here, this one's almost finished and you can start hammering. Oh, that's too small. There's a difference between the fronts and the backs. The fronts
The fronts
have
are the longer, right?
Yeah, they have a little bit more of a centered piece.
Maybe I'm not going deep enough? Is it, I'm only going...
No, it's shrinking back down. Is the thing.
Okay.
Because once you poke the hole through, and then it shrinks back. See?
Yeah, but it's not. Well, maybe this one it's catching.
Oh, okay. And then are you a double? Oh, nope, it's not doubled because this one, there's two.
I saw some came out doubled. Yeah, this one was doubled actually. I think I need to go down one more level because that went in much easier.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll probably just if you're getting through this. 'Cause I'm making this
Okay.
way more complicated than it needs to be.
Okay. Aaron Meller, would like to send my sincere thanks to you by watching your videos.
Oh.
It gave me the encouragement to finally do a Two-Face cosplay for my works Halloween party. Yes, I used foam. Awesome.
Awesome.
Two-Face.
Awesome.
I love Batman. So, and then,
They're laughing. Apparently, it's not Chunk gameplays. It's Crank, but that's whatever.
Chunk, Crank.
Chunk Crank. They're laughing. It's good. Flip a coin. Yep. Yeah. And Rodimus is agreeing, absolutely, it's a spoiler episode. So, yeah, it kind of is.
I think I'm going to open up the other container because these look like they're all the short sides. Oh, wait, there's another one.
We're supposed to have an equal number.
No, I know. I'm pulling out all the long sides, so the short sides all go on the other.
Oh, okay.
So
Right.
I'm going
Oh, so
through
you're
them.
only sticking the long ones in right now?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Because I was trying to put the short one on this one. It's like,
No. That's going to be a pain in the ass. It's not going to work. Got to get the long ones in and then do the short sides from the other side.
Right, but that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Even trying to put the short side in from the other side, it's, I keep catching the vinyl and it's not going together easily.
You got to really
Short.
hammer it, that's for sure. Instead of an outfit a day, you should have a cosplay a day. Ain't no big.
Kind of the same thing.
Easy cosplays, I suppose.
Yeah.
Hello, did Felicia talk you out of more Monty Python creations or what? I did. Well, no, I technically
You didn't
talked you
talk-
into more.
Yeah, talk me into more. She didn't talk me out of anything.
Technically, I talked you into more, but you were going to do the hand grenade.
I was going to do the hand grenade with the helmet. Yeah. Because
But-
I felt like I needed to do a second thing. But you talked me into doing the full cosplay instead, which I thought was much cooler.
So we could have a costume for Halloween.
Yeah, so we have a costume for Halloween.
Yeah.
No, she didn't talk me out of it. I also try not to stick with the same subject constantly on the show. I'm able to. If I was a Star Wars only show, I would only attract Star Wars fans, right? But by making the props that I do and the costumes that I do vary between different, movies, TV shows, comic books, video games, whatever, anime, I'm actually able to get more viewers and gather a larger audience who then are willing to watch the other episodes anyway. So that's why I bounce around and why I haven't done another Monty Python one in the last 2 weeks, because it's only been 2 weeks since I did Python. Will I do Python again? Yeah, probably. But it's not something that's coming up. No, it's it's not that close.
Yeah. Should make a Wonder Woman costume. Did you have a friend that came in with that Wonder Woman costume we helped adjust? That was like a year and a half ago.
Well, there was a friend whose daughter was a Wonder Woman. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that
we
was the
helped
costume I was
adjust.
talking about. Because she did a great job.
Oh, she did a great job.
It was with the foam and it was painted.
Right.
I was very impressed with her. She just needed a little fitting
Yeah.
issues and it. But
I had another friend, Burning Man friend, and
Yeah.
I had made the bracers and the tiara
Metal or
very
foam?
much metal, brass, very
Yeah.
much the Linda Carter style.
you could get those at Evangeline's out of metal right now.
Yes, you can now,
Anyways, yeah.
but this was 2002.
No, I know, right?
Right.
No, I've been searching,
There's a lot of stuff you can get now.
right? So you can start hammering the other sides onto those ones.
Okay.
Poor people's ears.
Basically, yeah, I'm wondering if I shouldn't get a little further away from the mic and not be right underneath it.
Yeah.
But I'm concerned about getting the pieces to line up, so when I hammer them,
They actually fit together.
they actually fit together, yeah.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking maybe we should do one sample before we start hammering all of them.
Okay,
Just to get the mess up out of the way.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
Oops.
The unicorn horn looks like it's a stepped drift, but I could be wrong. You could be right too.
You could be right. I think it was from, I think it was from, it's probably exactly what it is, but the fluting for the copper pipe.
Yeah, no,
I think that's what
makes sense.
But a stepped drift is probably exactly what it's called.
Yeah, they also use these to size rings too.
Yep.
Greetings from London.
Oh, sweet. Hello, London.
I feel like saying top of the morning to you, but it's probably not morning.
Not if it's,
Not if it's afternoon here.
no, it's about 9 o'clock in London. 9:30.
Did he just make a bulletproof vest? Well, I'm not sure it's
No.
bulletproof.
we're making a Witcher vest, so we're making a,
It's not unicorn horn proof, that's
no,
for sure.
it's not.
My Gundam head is actually a bit tall, so I'll be cutting it in half. And sectioning today. Well, good luck with that.
Cool. That's no small feat.
No,
No.
it's really a pain in the butt when you have to resize. But as long as you're going down. because it's harder to go.
Right.
It's
You
easier to
gotta
make
add
things
stuff.
smaller than it is to make things larger, although sometimes it's not necessarily true.
Right, but yeah, you're
Yeah.
adding material.
Yeah.
I've got a patron asking for a shout out to Nick Davidoff. Apparently, he's a huge fan of the show, and I was wondering if you could possibly get a shout out. I would love to do a shout out for Nick Davidoff, but I don't do shout outs. So
Sorry, Nick.
Sorry, Nick. I'm not going to be able to say Nick Davidoff on my show. So my apologies. I am saying Davidoff, right? That does say Davidoff.
Davidoff.
Yeah, Nick David. My friend Nick Davidoff, right?
Oh yeah, Nick Davidoff.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, Nick. Can't
Hi,
do that.
Nick Davidoff, but no shout outs, Nick. Okay.
These aren't nesting. They're just...
Are they not?
Maybe
Because it's a tight fit, and
Yeah,
then it's
because
it's a hammer. Like you
it is
really
a hammer,
have to
but
hammer it.
I'm afraid that these
These
are
are
just...
not going to be big enough.
These aren't going to have enough throat. Because they're right there.
Oh, it's going to squish, but it's going to squish. Like they'll be in. They're not going anywhere once they're in. The back ones have a bigger hole
Right.
than the inner ones.
Got a back one, but you can see that.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm
Yeah.
I've damaged it because I can't get them to line up because they're right there. They don't line up. They won't line up until they're getting hammered, and at that point, it's too late. They have to line up before I hammer them.
Technically. Yeah. Oh, the lovely joys. I think we probably should have gone up one more size, but I thought it was way too big. Didn't it look way too big?
Yeah, but the next size up, well, yeah, it was way too big
Way
because
too
it's
big.
like
Yeah, it was like a full
it
inch
was a full half inch
It was
or
about this
5
size
but
for the
right.
hole.
But the problem isn't the hole, it's the depth. We need deeper because of the size of the material.
Because it's definitely more than a quarter inch, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. They have not test fit a rivet through the 2 layers of vinyl and foam?
No, we
we
just
did
bought
this
them.
all here.
Yeah, this is all here. We just bought the rivets today.
Yeah. No, we have not. We're going to test hammer it before we start hammering these ones together, but...
Well, we say that. I have nothing to test hammer on. I suppose I could just grab
That
a
was
scrap of the foam, but
Yeah, it's right.
there's no vinyl.
The vinyl's not... It's only, I don't think that's adding too much thickness to it. I think the foam is more the... Oh, those are fitting together. It looks good.
It looks good, yeah, but it's like we can super glue these in place.
Hammering should work. It really should.
But they're not. It's not. You can look at it. They're not nesting. What's happening is the 2 edges are meeting, and they're constantly doing this over each other.
Yes, but then you're going to have this in the center of it.
Okay.
Wait, no, not that part, because it's going to go this way.
Yeah, it goes that way. Nothing goes in the center of it.
You're right. Nothing does go in the center.
And what has to happen is they have to smash down to the point that.
And then that, and they have to squish.
Yeah, they have to squish until the white point starts hitting this point and starts to flare out, and then it grips. So yeah. All right.
We'll figure it out.
All
See
right.
if it works. Okay. I have yet to apply grommets to my Witcher series costume. However, they will be in the mail soon. Any tips on working with them? Practice before you get going?
Yeah, practice before you get going.
I prefer the grommets being put in with these little hammer pieces versus the squishers.
Oh, for sure.
Because I've never gotten those squishers to work.
No, and I've broken the squishers.
Yes.
Yeah.
This little piece hammered has by far always been my go-to for grommets.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
there's the squisher, and I've never had it work for me.
Right.
I've tried so many times.
And I've done a lot with the larger grommets because I've used the 3/4 inch grommets on a lot of tarps and a lot of nets.
Yeah,
And bigger things, and it works great.
Bigger grommets are easier to work with. Smaller grommets are harder to work
Right.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love from Mexico.
Oh,
Hola,
excellent.
¿cómo
Hello.
estás? Top of the morning is akin to Dublin than London. Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah. I was thinking that, maybe.
I'm not.
Not quite to that detail, but I was like, is that really? But yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
High from
Best part is the internet will let you know.
right? Up to the it's to nothing. Got a hype from Chicago, Illinois.
Sweet. Hello, Chicago.
I like your pizza.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry to bag on G-Fest a little bit earlier. Not a whole lot, because I would love to go. It didn't feel financially responsible.
Oh, I wasn't trying to make you sound like a douche. I'm sorry. They have a mini anvil. Yeah. We do.
Yeah.
We'll see if we use it.
It starts to become kind of a question if we want to use it or not, because microphones.
Yeah, the microphones, and you really
Are there
got to
any more?
No, these ones we've used up all the tops. No,
Oh, okay.
those are all the backs. I have to grab the other box.
Oh, okay. I'm going to need to waste one on
A sample.
yeah.
Go for it.
This doesn't have the vinyl, but whatever.
There's more scraps if you really wanted to try. What's a favorite prop or costume that you didn't make?
Okay, so what's a favorite proper costume that I didn't make? So this is a proper costume that someone else made, or just one from a movie?
I'm gonna have to go with Jacqueline's. Who's Gandalf from Zelda? Do you remember doing
Gandalf or Ganondorf?
Ganondorf? Sorry, not Gandalf. Okay, forgive me. Wrong nerdiness.
Jacqueline's Ganondorf was very, very good. Very, very cool, yes.
Oh my gosh, I loved that outfit. I appreciated all the details that she went into it. She did all the Link and Zelda. She did the Princess Zelda, the Ganondorf.
Ganondorf, yeah.
Ganondorf. Now I'm even afraid to say it. And the
Oh, I could be saying it wrong, too. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's what it is.
but the Link costume, I appreciated that she went and she like molded all the different pieces. It was a pain in the butt to get into because cosplay just are layers.
Yeah. Layers and layers and layers.
And if you don't know how to navigate it, it can be confusing. But luckily, logic usually wins.
Usually.
But that's one of my more favorite costumes that I didn't do that I just genuinely really like was Jackie's Zelda costumes from Smosh.
Yeah. The question was cosplay?
It was prop or costume.
Proper
Cosplay.
costume, okay.
I think the light on your phone is on, that's what they're saying, your flashlight.
Oh, is it?
It is.
Thank
You're
you.
flashing everybody. Oh. Next year I'm planning on putting together a full Zorro cosplay with EVA hat and sword. You guys gave me inspiration to finally make a cosplay. Thank you, from Brazil. Oh, Zorro.
Sweet.
I used to do that costume all the time at the costume shop because that was a great couples costume. Zorro and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Okay.
Because, girls like to be sexy and guys like boots and swords.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yes, that's one of my more favorite ones. I liked his hat.
Yep.
It's very specific. He has the mask. He has the black Ren shirt, and the black
Right.
Ren pants and boots.
Okay, I got this one to work out. It's like ruined a couple of grommets just trying to...
Right? You have to try it first before you
Well, I just couldn't get them to match up. This one is actually
matching up.
matching up. Yeah, I can actually feel it compress. Like it.
That one was just too
This
far
one
gone before you
should
started.
work. Yeah. But even then, I'm still seriously doubt.
So we're at 1:44. We have about 15 minutes to start cleaning up. So if we get these all in, we're almost out there. We should have the grommets done by the end of this.
Yeah, I'm wondering though, do we want to hear, So,
All right, guys, ready?
microphones.
How do you mute it? Oh, not bad. That's why you're supposed to have that little piece in the back. Where's that black piece?
It fell.
Oh, it fell? Okay.
It popped and moved, but
Yeah.
I kept this piece in the front because that keeps the front nice.
Yeah, it makes it pretty in the front.
So,
It holds.
okay.
So how were your guys' ears?
Yeah, how was that? All my yeah. Ah, damn it! I always hold it like this so I have the light so I can see, but there's no table.
Nope.
So when the little piece drops, and it does every single time.
I have no idea where it is. Nope.
Yeah.
That's okay. We have more pieces than we need. We'll find it if we need it.
I'll find it next time I'm not wearing shoes.
Oh, there you go. That too. Okay, says, not bad. Could have been a lot worse.
Okay.
Actual audio is not bad.
Good.
I'm Def Leopard, thanks. So, thank you guys.
Thank you, yeah.
Any tips for when you get in over your head with a big project and production? Just steps progressively tuning from procrastination into an afterthought. What are you guys asking?
Right, that's really tough. Break it into smaller projects. Break it into smaller milestones. Don't get lost in, I've got to build the entire bridge to the Starship Enterprise. Realize I only have to build the Captain Kirk's chair. I only have to build the control panels for the science station. Break it into smaller pieces.
Yeah, and then also there's also pieces that matter and there's pieces that don't.
Right.
Do I see this detail?
Right. How much effort do
Does
I
it
need to
have
put
a
into Scotty
function?
Station versus Spock Station? How much effort do I, because how much is going to be on camera?
Will we ever see these decals? Will I ever see this part of the costume? Will, you know,
Right.
like, is it the essence of it? So sometimes you just gotta, you know what? This would be technically correct. I'm over my head. It's just not working out, but this will work.
Yes. Also, realize that it's important to get all of Mercy done so people understand that you're definitely Mercy, but you can improve the feathers on the wings next time.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And then you can have a progression of, hey, this is what I managed to do. Look how, here's my first version when I had all the parts done, and then the boots were better, then the helmet was better, then the wings were better, then the hammer was better. So, yeah.
Does Odin always hammer stuff like that? If yes, are your neighbors okay with it? Well, neighbors are usually the ones who hammer louder.
Yes, I always hammer stuff like that. I'm actually in a shop, so I'm not in a residential area. It's not a big deal. My neighbors don't mind.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Greetings from Sweden.
Sweet. Hello, Sweden.
Yeah. They said my laughing was louder than
Oh,
your
and the
banging.
hammering? Okay, that's good.
Okay.
This is not going to happen in 15 minutes. It's taking me 5 minutes or more to get one put together.
Right.
You have to make the hole just bigger if it's going to shrink back down, just so I can get the dang eyelet to be able to match up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, it is. I'm complaining, but
Yeah, I complain a lot.
there we go. Yes.
Swearing helps.
It's the act of just giving up on it, and oops, going the wrong way.
Little sound blanket from your hammering.
Although I suppose, am I doing it this? It is this way, huh? I do want to go this way on the.
Except for it does have to, this will leave it with the pretty side on top.
Right. Okay.
And I'd rather have the pretty side on top. If it's ugly on the inside, whatever.
Right.
But as long as it's pretty on top. Priorities.
Priorities. I'm also afraid of going too far and just
Cutting out the foam.
cutting out the
completely.
foam. Like, you know, that one's in really well and really deep. But it's actually in.
Yeah.
So, yep. Each time I get to pull the thing back out, and now I'm going up to almost.
Emerald was wanting to know if you've ever been will you ever make sorry, I can't read right now, but are you going to make any Doctor Who cosplays or props? And didn't you make his screwdriver?
I made Tom Baker's sonic screwdriver. Tom Baker's my favorite classic Doctor.
I don't like his screwdriver the most, though, out of everybody's, because it looks the most like a technical instrument, where
Well, it
other
is.
ones look more like pens. To me, like, simpler.
Baker's looks more like a technical instrument. I mean, the sonic
To me.
screwdriver didn't change a whole lot in the 80s.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I think the original one that was Pertwee's was based off of a chiropractic instrument. It was actually based off of a medical instrument.
Yeah.
And then yeah, especially when it became Russell T Davies' show, they designed them. They were, you know,
Yeah.
more fantastic than science fiction.
Well, now I kind of want to do the Men in Black one.
Yeah,
Just the
I did a bad one of those too.
Okay. But yes, he does.
I wouldn't mind 3D printing a neuralizer. 3D printed a noisy cricket. Well, that's got some flash. That's gonna cut.
That's not good. Oh, look it, it's cut that.
Yeah,
Okay,
this just popped right apart.
do you work and do this on the side? Do you work and do you do this on the side? You used to.
I used to have a full-time job and did this on the side. This is all I do now.
I do have a full-time job, and this is what I do on the side.
I was a video editor for the local PBS station. And I've actually got...
What are you looking for, back or front?
I was looking for the front.
Okay.
And I've actually won a few regional Emmys for my edit work at the PBS station. So.
And you guys can see that on the Halloween live stream.
Yeah.
We show off his Emmys. Yeah. A car guy can dream, right? Oh snap, I caught a live stream. Yes, you did.
Yes. So worried about hitting my fingers. It's great. Okay, looks like that one worked.
Have you ever made any Looney Tunes stuff?
No. No, I can't think of anything Looney Tunes that I've done.
Didn't we do Ace, like for the delivery?
Acme?
Acme delivery?
Well, I've done like Looney Tunes jokes on props all the time because Acme is an easy one to use.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking of the Anthony robot. I was like, wasn't that an Acme package?
Yes,
Or
I think,
am I making
no.
things up?
No.
And I was going to say, technically, that could be a Looney Tunes prop because it's
Well, absolutely was.
an
Yeah.
Acme package. And it's a giant Anthony robot. That one's a no bueno. Should we go up to the next size up?
We need to order longer rivets from the internets because these are not going to work.
Okay, so today was wasted. Not really, but that's disappointing.
Yeah.
Because I thought these were going to be the perfect size and color.
They were I thought they were going to be just about right. But yeah, no, they don't.
I think it needs like another millimeter.
Probably, maybe even 2.
Yeah. 2 would be easier, but 1 is just
Right.
barely not quite enough. It's
Right.
smashing it too much.
Yep.
If this was leather, it would be perfect because we've done this.
Plenty of times. But we went to one store, found one thing, thought this should work. It didn't.
So close. So
close.
close. So close. Okay, well, at least we know when to call it quits.
Yeah, that's that.
So tips on rivets. Make sure they fit your project before you get going.
Right.
These are like the right size. Why are they not the right depth?
Exactly. So I got a lot of members in the Discord talking about themselves to each other, which is awesome.
Yay.
Yay!
Okay.
Let's pull all the good ones out and
Save them for another
save them for
project.
some other project. Yep.
Oh yay! After all that work to get them in.
Right. It's like the only thing we did today.
Technically, we don't need rivets, but we need rivets because it finishes the edges and makes it look 10 times better.
Right.
Okay, so hi Odin and Felicia, wonderful to see you. Nice to see you guys too. What happened to DIY Prop Shop? You changed the name and owned it now?
That'd be kind of nice. What happened to DIY Prop Shop? DIY Prop Shop ultimately was owned by Defy Media, which is a company that had Smosh and like Man at Arms and a whole bunch of other programs. And Defy Media as a company got sold, went under. And so I was a contract maker for DIY Prop Shop, and there was no one to do contract with. And basically, I think that's about the easiest way to put it. So, yeah. I do believe ultimately there's some holding company that did buy most of those products. I think Man at Arms has gotten control themselves. Obviously, Smosh has was purchased by Good Mythical Morning.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think they were purchased by them.
Yeah, and so they're doing pretty good for themselves. But
yeah, I haven't seen them since last year. Hope they're all doing good.
yeah, me too. Got too many in my hand. I can't quite manage this.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell which one's the long, which one's the short.
Okay, though that was a disappointing.
Yeah, a bit. Okay,
Little
I'm
bit.
done separating them because I'm having too much problem.
No, it's not worth it. It's really not. Okay. Da, 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 da. They're asking if you can just shave it down from the back, even though there's vinyl on the foam.
Maybe.
I feel like that is a good creative way to get around the situation, but I don't really want to weaken the structural integrity of the foam at a critical joint, because that's where you're going to have the most stretch, and I don't want to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I completely
Personally.
agree. I completely agree. And I think that I would rather just order the right part, especially since we're not in a huge time crunch to get this one done. It'd be nice to get this done. It'd be nice to do, but we're not in a massive time crunch, so we'll just Amazon the right guys.
Yeah. Can rivet those, though, eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually. We're almost out of time. Might as well answer a
It
few
goes
more
higher,
questions.
doesn't it? It's not down in this. It's not. It's up both.
I
in the
thought
chest.
they were both there, but no, look at the picture. Just,
There's one on the stomach.
like, it's not the stomach, but it's like,
No, see, they're both on the pecs.
they're both, but one's kind of weirdly low.
Well, it's just it's got the cross that goes between them. So one has to go fairly high, like right up against the neck, and then one goes fairly low, so the
But it's
bands can
about-
go through it.
Yeah, but it's a couple. But yeah, we have to get the bands in there.
Well, this
Yeah.
space may be too small.
Yeah.
This may be too high up, because looking at him, you know, I did it anatomically, but I'm looking at that now. The distance, this may be too high up. So
Yeah. And actually might want a slight curve, and then it would just fit the
Yeah.
shape. Anyways.
some hack that pretends like he's an expert did this on the internet. This isn't done by-
Proportions
Yeah.
versus, yeah. We tried. We're working on it.
I don't know why I drop everything.
Well, my phone's right there. Please don't drop it on that.
Yeah, no, I'll try not to.
Okay.
Shouldn't go up here in this rack anyway. There's too much weight.
Yeah. What if we use the thin out the foam just enough to use those? Technically would work.
It technically would work, but I would rather just buy the correct rivets. Because it's not...
Who's Dustin McLean? Do you know who that is?
Yeah, he was the guy that started DIY Prop Shop.
Okay.
Yeah, Dustin Films, Dustin McLean. He was...
Do I know him?
No.
Okay.
I've never met him either, but he was the one that started DIY Prop Shop, started the format, still doing his own Destin builds or DIY Destin or something like that. I can't remember right now. I've seen some of his shows. He's still in his same house doing the same type of props. Looks great. His new stuff looks great. Looks just like DIY Prop Shop. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they want to see a collab with you.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Let's see.
Totally.
Yeah, they're like, do a collab with Dustin McLean, please. So I'm glad you know who he is. He said, a car guy can dream right, says, no need to be frustrated. It's just us. Well, I'm not frustrated with,
Yeah.
I'm more frustrated with the geez Louise, this doesn't work.
Yeah, this is supposed to be working. This isn't supposed to be.
Live streams, you guys get to see things not work.
Right, exactly.
It's not super easy. What's really nice is see all this little denting. It can heal. Well, heal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't matter. I'll also get covered with whatever the new...
Grommets are,
New grommets
lacing,
are, yeah.
and all of that. Yeah.
So that's not a big deal.
Robin or Robolorian, will we get more live streams with Felicia when this project is finished? Hope so.
No, it's, yeah. You are welcome to continue to live stream as much as you want, as long as you want. I'm not going to say no if you want to be part of this.
As long as I have Mondays off, who knows?
Right, exactly.
Your props look like the real thing, Odin.
Thank you.
That's what James says.
Oh, thank you, James. I try. That's my desire as making things isn't to just be my interpretation. I mean, no matter what I'm building, it's going to be my interpretation of it. I like it to look as accurate as I think I can get it, or as accurate as I see it. Yeah.
I know, because I'm not always really worried about accuracy.
Right.
As long as
You got
if
the
you
feel.
close your eyes and you open your eyes, you know who I'm talking about.
Yep.
I feel like that's achieved it for me sometimes.
Totally.
You know, like, you know who I'm talking about, we're good, and
Yep.
then let's add on those layers as we can.
Yeah, totally. And there's nothing wrong with that. That was my, it's just me, my interest. So thank you. My friend Zot, who I don't think you met. You might
No,
have.
I never actually met him.
Never actually met him.
Yeah.
He was very much a feel of it too. It was like, we'll do this thing, we'll do this, and we'll do this, we'll put feathers on it. It's like, there's no feathers on Mjolnir. But, he would make it work.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Somebody's asking, what are you making?
A live stream.
Yeah.
It's the Witcher armor. We're trying to do the vanilla Witcher armor from the game Witcher 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's in pieces, and it needs to get put together, and the eyelets aren't.
And the eyelets aren't doing it. So the next step that we wanted to do just failed. And we could hammer these on, but we're kind of at a point of thank you and good night.
Yeah.
So not really wanting to break that out and get going on that.
Yeah, we're kind of out of time. And
Right.
so just enough time to... We failed.
It failed. It kind of failed today a little bit.
A little bit of a failure, but that's okay. This is how we learn.
Yeah.
This is how we learn.
That's
We
how
move
we learn.
forward.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we need to get some better rivets.
Yep.
It wasn't as a riveting of a show as I expected.
Nope. We just need a rivet that's got a 6 to 7 millimeter throat instead of the whatever that was. Because it's a 6 millimeter foam plus 2 layers of vinyl, so getting close to 8 millimeter. So we want to make sure the throat's pretty close to that to start with, instead of it being halfway through and hoping it mashes down. Because they came right apart. So as soon as we laced it and put tension on it, it would come apart and possibly cut the lacings.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, is there anything you want to say before we start?
No, I don't think so. Let me double check that there isn't anything happening from Patron.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure Joe doesn't want our attention, but he is very quiet and.
No, I don't want.
Oh, I thought you were in there. I didn't think you were there. You are
No, I've just been
quiet.
watching you guys. I mean, I've got this if you wanted to handle it, Felicia.
Oh, there we go.
That's-
Oh, I can actually
Yeah, you can touch this one.
You can touch this now. It's
Yeah.
been.
so shiny.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I gotta do some cleanup, but
I see that. You still got a little bit of the rafting around the bottom of it there.
oh, that's one solid piece.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
solid?
The rafting just made it solid, so I need to.
Oh, I see. What's that, the sand? Grind it off?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now I'm looking at how proportion.
Right. Now you're looking at it.
I'm
Yeah.
going. I should have done mine bigger. I definitely prefer resin over the.
Oh, so. Is he hollow?
No,
No.
No?
he is solid.
He is solid. Okay.
Yeah, I
'Cause
see a
there's-
line right through his eyeballs.
Yeah, I see a layer, but, I'm seeing just different stuff in the shoulders that made me wonder. No, okay, he is.
People are asking, what is that? You should probably.
Probably.
1, 2, or 3.
2.
3. 2? There's 2.
So it's really hard to see because it's transparent resin. But what this is Sculptor JP, right? No, Modeler JP? Model JP?
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, Sculptor JP? Dang, JP. He sculpted this, did a digital sculpture, and this was actually a gift that he made for the casting crew for the end of season 2 for doing The Witcher. So this is Henry in the Witcher outfit based off of the show. And this specifically was a model that he was nice enough to give to us. So we're going to print a couple, one for me and one for Felicia. And that's it, because this was a cast and crew exclusive. So this is just, it has to be transparent resin because I've had the most success printing with transparent resin. So I'm just happy to do that. Going to paint it anyway, right? So why not? This is really very, very cool.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to see on camera, unfortunately, but
We'll prime it. Maybe next week you guys can see all the details.
yeah.
I would like to
so
thank-
Joe, I'd like to thank. So Joe's saying
sending
we'll
this
prime
to
it.
us.
Maybe we'll see the details a little better next week. Hopefully.
Yeah. But I can touch it now. So
Yeah, you can touch it now. Exactly. It's very cool.
Yeah.
So it is. He's not 1/6 scale. This is a little smaller than that, huh?
Oh, we got a good evening from Poland where Geralt of Rivia was taking his first steps on Monster Slayer path.
Yes. Good evening, Poland.
Hope you all are doing safe right now. People are leaving because we're kind of
Because
out
we're-
of time now.
Yeah. Well, it is time to sign off.
Yeah.
So, guys, thank you very much for hanging out with us for the past couple of hours as we do our live stream, as we get as much done as we can on the armor, which ended up not being as productive as desired, but The point is to hang out with all of you and talk to you and interact with you, and that is what I look forward to doing. So thank you very much for joining the live stream and talking with us and letting us know when we say things wrong, because that's the only way we'll learn.
All the time.
All the time. So anything you want to say? I want to make sure I'm not walking on you.
I don't know. I'm slightly disappointed that we didn't really accomplish anything, but it is what it is, and now I know better.
Right.
Next time, right?
Next time, right.
I don't know. Great hanging out with all you guys. Thank you guys for being so nice to me.
Definitely.
And,
And we're going to be back next Monday. We're going to continue working on this. We keep saying we're not going to do anything off screen, and that's pretty much true between now and next Monday. I'm not going to touch this project again outside of maybe ordering some parts. But there is going to come a time when I think we're going to need to weave some more chainmail, and I'm going to try and do that off camera because it just takes too much time. It eats up the whole 2 hours. And it'd be better to have sheets done.
I don't know. Watching people knit is riveting.
Nice.
Yeah, well, if we can get this all kind of pieced together, I think I just got to start patterning the girdle.
Yeah.
Can't think of a better word for it.
Why not?
Yeah, but we have it started.
We have it started. You started. You had a good idea.
I started patterning it. I've got to actually get it fleshed out, but we're getting there.
And if he's feeling better, Toby might be with us next week.
Yes.
So it'd be kind of fun to have those guys back.
Yeah. They did want to come, but it was better that they didn't.
Right.
Sorry, guys.
But anyway, so we will, same bat time, same bat channel. Be right back here at noon Pacific time next Monday. We'll continue the Witcher build like I just said. Thank all of you for joining us. Thank you very much to my friends on Patreon, which is Rodimus Prime, who's here right now, Jaden L, and Stephen Bledis, and I had it memorized. Jerry Rig Props. There was a good 4 or 5 guys specifically just in the Patreon exclusive Discord. So thank you guys. I appreciate what you're doing. And we had a couple of donations through Super Chat, which is very cool. That I also appreciate. That's definitely going to help us do the Witcher build. That's where that kind of funds are going. And yeah, see you again next week, because I'm horrible at saying goodnight.
Many people can end a live stream, but this
is how Odin rambles.
I think it's time to say goodbye to all y'all. It's been fun.
It has been fun.
People really do sign off